Sports and Tech, J.A. aka Jonathan Anderson. Man, as you can see, I am posted up at La Casa, at the crib, at home, chilling, getting ready for Thanksgiving. Can't wait to hang out with my own family and friends. Man, I'm just so thankful for all of everyone that has subscribed to our show and watched our show and tuned in, commented, liked, all that good stuff, man. Please tell your mama, your friends, your family. Man, my co-hosts Jonas Bull and Mark Clayton, man, we're having so much fun with the show, producing content, trying to bring you guys the best content around all kinds of things, sports, tech, and everything else in between, man. But I hope you all have a lovely Thanksgiving with your family and friends, man. You guys stay blessed out there. Root those Cowboys on. Root those Detroit Lions on, man. They need a little more than that. But, man, like I said, thank y'all so much for tuning in. And y'all stay blessed. And we will see y'all next week. Enjoy this special compilation show we put together for you. Peace.
Done a lot of great things. Still doing a lot of great things. Mr. Ellis Hobbs of the New England Patriots, Philadelphia Eagles, Iowa State representing.
Let's go. Let's go. What's up, fellas?
Hey, I just realized you was Eagles to Eagles, dog. Came in as an Eagle, went out as an Eagle, you know?
You know what? I've never even thought about that. You're right.
What's going on, bro? What you been up to, bro?
Oh, man, the the process.
Yeah.
I think what people get confused with is that you start anew, right? And you have to reinvent yourself. But me, honestly, it's just continuing on. And obviously you learn through bumps and bruises, life lessons, good, bad, or indifferent, where that is. But for the most part, I just continually stay with the process, bro. Everything that you know from my core being, JA, speaking to you directly, none of that has changed. You know, I've taken off the helmet, I put on a hat, but I'm still me. And so what I do now, man, I'm a serial entrepreneur at heart, investment strategies, things of that nature. By day, I literally manage money, my own specifically as a day trader. I have other businesses as well, Privé Society, Luxury Lifestyle Management Group.
We're guineas.
Yeah. We're spurring off into a lot of different things, man. But the overall basis of my life and the concept I truly want people to understand is that I'm more than an athlete. An athlete was just a part of me, right? It was just something that I was able to do, but I'm much more than that. And all I've taken from that is the skills, the core values and principles that allow me to play at a high level. And I've just infused it into my other worlds. And that's my edge, you know, on my opponent at the end of the day, which, you know, that has no face.
Yes. It's been beautiful to watch, man. It's been beautiful
Right.
to watch.
So, hey, Ellis, when you were playing, so did you know that you were going to be an entrepreneur, that you was an entrepreneur while you were playing, or did it hit you after?
No, I mean it's one of those things, Mark, and I'm pretty sure. Well, first let me back up a little bit. You know, where I don't want it to be confused with people not understanding that there's a dark side to this thing, right? That transition is a monster, and when for as much as I was in tune or knowledgeable about where I was as an athlete, you know, my last play was a broken neck and wheeled off the field, right? And so the traumatization from that, it has its own box. But the depths of what you don't understand beyond that is, you know, even me having a degree at the time, or having a degree from college of visual communication fine arts, there's a lot of different things that I thought I had in line. I still was in the darkness because I had been doing something for so long continuously. And I would compare that to being tied around a tree. And once they cut you off that tree, you don't really know where to go, right? But so again, just a darkness world. But to your point, Mark, I don't think I ever had the awareness of saying, you know what, I'm going to be an entrepreneur. I just wanted to be able to sustain my lifestyle and be better. And whatever that required, I was willing to do that. And for what history shows us financially, socially, normally the most successful people are taking the biggest risk. They're taking the biggest calculated risk, they're making very disciplined choices. And then I believe the number one catalyst is they're always working towards being their own boss. And so that was something that was always with me. And whatever that meant for me to do, meaning I took 9 to 5. I took a sales job with an alcohol company. I worked in construction remodeling as a sales rep. And so, yeah, you can say that I worked for someone, but my mindset was always geared towards working for myself. Yes. And whatever that took, I was willing to do that to get to the end goal or to continue to get back on path to my main goal.
Yeah. And along the way, you learned so many different industries that helped create this holistic, just who you are now, right? And
exactly.
It's almost like a chameleon. You can walk into just about any environment and have a conversation with just about anybody. Yeah. And it's not just somebody just throwing something out there. It's actual experience that's come from this, and you're adding value to whoever's sitting across from you anytime you step into the building.
It's humbling, bro, and I'm glad you could put it so eloquently. I compare it to like The Dark Knight. If you guys remember the first one with Christian Bale, where he was just so fed up with the corruptness of his life and how people pigeonholed him into being Bruce Wayne and son of the Wayne Manor, right? Yeah. And he pretty much renounced all of that and went in and put himself in homelessness, found himself over there in Asia, wherever he was, right? I identify with that very well, to where I didn't care what type of money I had in the bank account, whether small or big or whatever. I need to immerse myself in what I don't know. Yeah. And I can't tell you how many times people question me. People ask me, like, why do you have a job? Or why do you do this? Or, man, he's working here. And, there's some uncomfortableness in that, right? Because your ego always wants to get in the way. But for me, it was a situation of they don't know me. It doesn't matter. And what is my end game, or what am I trying to get to? And so if you can keep that reference or that North Star, it allows you to stay focused on what you need to do. And then above anything else, when I was in that, or when it was still in those worlds, to your point, what you said, Jay, you learn so many different languages, man. And some of the stuff that used to frustrate me in the beginning when I came out of the league, because Mark, I'm pretty sure you can attest to this. When you put that helmet on, bro, you have diplomatic immunity. You can do whatever you want. And I'm gonna be very colorful right now. But when I used to get in front of white people, it didn't matter how I talked. It didn't matter what I said. Yeah, you're Ellis Hobbs with the New England Patriots, man. Come over here, right? But as soon as I take that off, they look at you completely different. Now take the white aspect out of it, put in females, put in adults, put in social media, whatever it is, right? But by me taking that off, it helped me strip that ego, and it helped me build back value to who Ellis H. Hobbs III is. Yeah. And so now when I get into a room with somebody, I'm not talking with emotion, I'm talking with strategy. Yep. I'm talking with leverage. Yep. I'm talking with opportunity. I'm talking with value proposition. Sure. And so when you can do those things, it just opens up a lot of other doors for you to continually move your journey.
Yeah. Guest, co-host, the man, Mr. Adie Gontard. Man, happy to have you in the building.
Happy to be here.
Definitely appreciate you coming on the show today.
How you say it? Like, that's how you say it?
Adie Gontard.
Gontard.
Nice. It was, I mean,
he nailed it. Hey, when it's spelled,
can't tell you how many people butcher it. I can't tell you how many people butcher it.
So what do you get? Like,
Von Gannard, every single thing, everything but the right one.
Everything
exactly.
I just want to hear a little bit about how how that all came together and how you've grown to the 60 athletes that you guys are now representing in Young Money.
Sure. Awesome. Yeah, so went to SMU, was majoring in real estate finance, and then my junior year the sports management program came out. So I double majored in that, and once I graduated from college, I started this sports marketing firm and was out there just trying to find appearances here in Dallas. And I always loved sports, grew around sports, so I knew I wanted to do something in sports, but I didn't know where that was going to transition to. So I was sitting here in Dallas trying to find $1,000 deals, $1,500 deals, saying I'll take 10% of whatever I can find, and calling 100 places a day to get 97 no's, people hanging up on me, 2 maybes, and I'm like, oh, heck yeah, I can get it, right?
He's like, you know who I am? I'm the man. So hang up on me.
So I set it up, and I get $1,000 deals, and I'd be taking 10% because I couldn't ever ask for 20% because I didn't know what I was doing, or I didn't have it. So I'd get $100, and so I was making no money, but I was just grinding.
Yeah.
And I started seeing, unless you were the Tony Romos or Des Bryants, of the time, no one's out there finding appearances for guys. So I grew it from one guy to 50 guys, and really the guy that really gave me the first start, his bigger name was Golden Tate when he was in Seattle.
Notre Dame, baby.
Exactly.
Let's get it.
And right around that time, it was exactly when he had that catch, with the replacement refs that really took off everything. The catch interception against Green Bay.
Hey, but I've been watching Golden Tate. I'm a Notre Dame guy. So that's Big 2-3, man. Exactly, that's my guy right there. He was a big deal in Notre Dame when Notre Dame wasn't very, very hot at the time. Right?
Exactly. Bro. So he was so great to work with, and went to Seattle, and Seattle is such a hot market to find appearances, and I was doing everything other than what agencies do, right? So I was finding appearances, endorsements, social media, building websites, building clothing line, and really building these guys' brands. Right. And all of a sudden you started to see how that translated into, once they went into these markets and became fan favorites, then they get paid more, So all of a sudden I was doing this niche in the market of all agents loved me because I was just doing their grunt work, and I wasn't certified, so I couldn't do anything contract wise as well. And then I tried to find, hey, how could we think outside the box? And now it's gotten a lot bigger, but I was trying to find equity deals, for clients, and saying, rather than take 50,000 or 100,000, what if we get 5% or 10% equity and really build that generational wealth?
Man, that percentage over the dollar any day of the week, man.
Yeah,
exactly. Any day of the week.
Did you understand that?
Yeah, absolutely.
As a young, I know today, of course. Well, we get that, 1,000%.
Yeah, now, but no, as a young buck, absolutely not.
So I started APA Sports, which just stands for me and my three brothers.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
really.
That's dope. I always wondered what the APAA. And I always say APAA, but it's APA?
No, and APAA, that's
okay,
right.
Yeah.
So Andrew, Peter, Alex, Adie. So I had APA Sports, and then Young Money Sports was starting their own agency, right? Yeah. And Wayne really did it because, they say all athletes want to be rappers and all rappers want to be athletes, right?
There's no truth to that.
And Wayne, was always around these athletes and realizing there's not anyone really trying to help, other than getting the percentage on the contract. There's so much more to that, but are they really out there? It's on to the next guy, and these football careers are less than 3 years is the average, right? So the agents are thinking, okay, next guy up, and Wayne was like, we've been so blessed on the music side, there's got to be a better way to do this. And he started Young Money Sports, and when he did, all these other agencies started reaching out, saying, hey, we'll pay X, Y, Z, to use the name, all right? And Wayne was like, I'm not going to do, something for this quick fix money, right? He's been blessed with what he's done on the music, so we're going to build this the right way. So we literally were introduced and sat down and just kind of just shared the same vision of, we're going to build this and be able to, be a powerhouse, but we're going to do it the right way, where we're going to look at every single player and help in every single category. It's not just quick on the contract and then on to the next guy. It's building them a brand, which is what I saw and what, Wayne and Cortez and Mac really saw of, the brand can outlive your career, and when you're done playing at 35 or 40, if you build that brand, it can be even more successful than, what you did. Exactly. And you got to start that today rather than wait until you've blown up and you're a superstar and now let's try to figure out the brand too, so
after the fact.
Exactly.
So he's been a great partner.
Amazing. Yeah.
See, that's
awesome.
The difference between reality and public perception.
Exactly.
Man,
and that's
it's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, a lot of people wouldn't think that Wayne would care enough. It maybe just slap his name on it and move on about it, but he cares about the business. He cares about the relationships and the brand. So I think there's value there. That's awesome. The man with the plans.
Thanks for having me, guys. I appreciate it.
Plans.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, floor plans. You holler at him, Mr. Eric Hacker, man.
He's
so
Hacker in the building.
Man, it's been a while.
It's been a long while since I've seen you.
It's been too long.
Last time I saw you, I was taller than you.
Boy.
Man, what happened? What happened?
That's some years, bro.
That's a couple weeks before class started, I was still kind of kicking the tires on if I was going to go ahead and sign professionally. Okay. And so then anyways, I decided to go ahead and do it and jumped in and played very little in 2002. Actually, I think I only logged like 3 or 4 innings.
Mm-hmm.
But contract wise, it worked out great because my professional career started in 2002. And then kind of started to take off from there. And then I had some injuries when I was young and kind of had to battle through that. But, you know, Yankees, and then I ended up in Pittsburgh, Minnesota, San Francisco for a couple two times in San Francisco. Got a World Series ring with them in 2012. Anyways, ended up going to Korea in 2013.
How is a Korean crowd different than playing in front of a big league crowd? I hear it's more of a party over there.
It is, right, man. I don't know. You guys, man, you go to YouTube, right? Go to YouTube, type in KBO. You can type in KBO Eric Hacker. Just type in KBO or Korean baseball and just start watching some of the videos, and it's incredible. The atmosphere is more of like a college football game. It's, I mean, it's standing, it's dancing, it's cheering. I mean, there's cheerleaders.
That's nuts.
The atmosphere.
Baseball?
Oh
Baseball,
my goodness!
bro.
I mean, you got to imagine a fan. I mean, they don't have 50,000 fans, but there's most of the stadiums are about 25,000. And in a big game, especially like a playoff game, I mean, you talk
25,000.
about
That's
a
loud environment.
You talk about loud and crazy,
right.
all of that.
Right.
I mean, 50,000 people in a major league stadium is not that loud, right? To the average person, it is. But once you've done it a few times, you don't notice it. Over there, you notice it at 25,000.
Like, how did you learn the language so well? Because you know the language
a little bit,
right?
So a little bit. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say I know the language, but you know, I can get by hellos and goodbyes, and you know, I can get in a taxi and tell him where to take me, and you know, go in a you know, in public and ask for water in the restroom, the kind of the stuff to get by. The stuff to get by.
What's hello?
Yeah.
What's hello?
안녕하세요.
Say it again.
안녕하세요.
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 안녕하세요. But see, like, they have different forms of saying hello. Like, that's a very casual, like I would say it to a friend, like 안녕하세요. But like, if you're older than me, I should greet you differently because you're an elder, and like here we get away with it, you know, and we're kind of rude here, you know. But over there, like, you wouldn't walk up to an elder and if you said 안녕하세요 to somebody that's, you know, 15, 20 years older than you, 5 years older than you, they'd be like, seriously? Like, you need to respect them in a more formal greeting. And so, but yeah, man, it started to take off for us. And we had a translator to help us kind of get settled in. The team helped us. They put you up and kind of, you know, set you up in a nice living arrangements and all that. It turned out to be a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Did you get to hit over there, though? They get to see you slug the bat?
No, I kept telling them.
I
kept telling them to let me swing it.
They weren't having it, huh?
Hey, can I swing it though?
Yeah, you can swing it, bro.
Okay,
you can swing it. Hey, they teach you a bat flip or anything, bro. They got some serious bat flips going on.
Oh man, the bat flips, man. I didn't like that at the beginning. I didn't like it. I'm just being honest.
Hey, because baseball here in America is very.
Well, you gotta imagine. I mean, here, like, it's changed. The game's changed a lot, right? But you know, it used to be disrespectful, you know, and over there. They would do the bat flip or something. I was like, seriously? Like,
on
an out. Like, they'll fly ball to left field and a bat flip, you know, and it's like, I'm like, what are you doing, you know?
So it's both. It's frustration and joy.
But what I started to realize is they play the game like they're in the backyard. It's like like I can go in the backyard with my son. He's 4 and he like hits the ball and it like goes right in front of him. But he's like flipping and run like he's just having fun. And, like, that's how they're doing it. It's not a disrespect. It's just how they play the game.
So what do you think the ratings would be in America if we played that style of baseball?
Good. It would go up.
Yeah. And Tim Anderson is trying to bring it, man. From the Chicago White Sox. It's an entertainment, right? It's like going to a concert, right? I mean, each player, like, they go up to bat and they got a theme song. Well, here, like, the players pick their song and they pick like whatever song they like and they walk up to the plate and the fans may like it, they may not. Well, there, the players don't always really know the song,
But the cheer squad and the head cheerleader, they come up with this song that fits this player, and they have a cheer that goes to
So
it.
they're more of a character.
And then the fans learn the cheer that goes to each player.
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's a lot of fun. And
Can I see
then
this jersey you brought, man?
Yeah.
You
That
know,
sounds fun.
come on, 8.
You want the
know,
8?
Come on, 8, man.
The 8?
I need to see the 8. Man.
Yeah.
Hey,
Man,
if you
that's
know, then you know.
Like, what part?
yeah.
Come on, 8.
Yeah, so that's hacker.
All right.
Yeah. Well, actually, they don't really pronounce the R. It's actually Hecka.
Okay.
Hecka.
Well, then,
Yeah.
do I need to say his name? This is the man right here, Mr. Big Boppin' Matt Kemp in the house, man.
You crazy, man.
I think he just hit another home run, dog. I think he just hit another home run.
in the 13th.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the show, man.
Appreciate
Welcome,
y'all
bro.
having me, man. Excited to be here.
Yeah, man. Hope you enjoy yourself, man. So, just a little fun fact, man. We were just talking about it a little bit. Did y'all know that this man is ranked number 14 out of all active Major League ball players when it comes to the home run?
Right. I didn't know that. He just informed me of that
Right now.
before the show started. So
Hey,
he's giving me all these facts.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, and of those 14, he is ranked number 7 in batting average. So that is some absolute production right there, sir.
Man, I've been trying to trick him all my life, man.
So, you in Texas, bro?
I'm in Texas, man. Loving it. Not really loving this cold weather right now, but I love the people here.
Yeah.
Being from Oklahoma is kind of the same. So
Yeah.
I'm close to the family, yet far away enough so they can actually have to call
Yeah.
to come to the house.
Hey, man, we got a pretty brand new stadium out in Arlington, bro. I'm sure quite a few people would love to see you stay here in Texas. Hey, I make a few calls, man. See what we can do, bro.
I mean, that's the head coach there is the manager there. He's one of our old third base coaches at LA in
Nice.
LA. So he's a good dude. Chris Woodward. He has a lot of great things going on over there. And one of the assistant hitting coaches that was in LA is actually the head hitting coach in Arlington now. So I got a lot of people over there that I know. So you never know what might happen. It'd be good to play at home.
Hey, that'd be great,
It'd
bro.
be cool to play at home.
Let me tell you, we get that number up to 400 real quick down here in Texas, dog. But yeah, man. So it's been a crazy, crazy couple of weeks, man. A lot of tragedy in the baseball world is here. Of course, on the 22nd, Hank Aaron passed away. I know you've had some experiences with him, been out playing with the Braves or whatnot, and then also Tommy Lasorda a couple weeks ago. And I'm sure that you guys been a Dodger for the majority of your career. I'm sure you guys had quite a bond and built a bond over the years. Can you tell
Man,
me
it's
little
been
bit
a
about
lot.
that?
Even the past couple years, us losing Frank Robertson, who I was really close to. We lost Don Newcomb, who was like a dad to me. Tommy, Hank. There's a lot of great guys that have, they lived a great life and they accomplished a lot of great things. But just losing Hank, I've had a few conversations with him playing with Atlanta, and man, is one of the nicest guys in the world. I mean, so humble, so nice, so full of knowledge, and just being able to get to just sit down with him and hear some of the stories and some of the things. He was a great person and somebody that I admired, coming up in the game.
Oh yeah.
And then Tommy, I met Tommy when I was 18 years old in Columbus, Georgia. I was playing low A baseball, and Tommy comes in. I had never met Tommy in my life, and I'm like, oh shit, this is Tommy Lasorda, man. Like I was like, I'm like, dang, dude. Like,
Did he kick some dirt on you?
He was like, I heard about you. He said, I heard you were the fucking real deal.
Yeah.
And I was like, cool. Like whatever. He's like, so he was just, we were in the cage, I'm hitting. He's like, you need to hit a fucking home run for me today. Show me something. And I'm just sitting there just like he was telling me, he's like, you need to take your top hand and grip the bat as hard as you can and just punch the ball as hard as you can. I promise you hit a home run.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Tommy, you don't know nothing. I was like, Tommy, you don't know nothing about hitting, man. You was a pitcher, man. Like you know about curveballs and fastballs, but you don't know nothing about hitting. He's like, just fucking do it and watch what happens.
Yeah.
I fucking hit a home run that
Bro,
day.
that's crazy. That's crazy.
I hit a home run that day.
Yeah.
Work for you.
And then I got to the big leagues like a year later.
Punching the baseball.
I got to the big leagues a year later, and then he was like, I told you we're going to be here.
Yeah.
And then just over the years, our relationship grew. And, Tommy used to take us out to eat all the time. That boy could eat some Italian food.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I got another funny story. we were at what's that, Buca de Pepo? You ever heard of that place?
Yep.
And we're eating there with Tommy, and the waitress comes and gives us the check, lays the check on the table, and Tommy goes, "What's that?" And I was like, "Tommy, that's the check." He's like, "I'm Tommy Lasorda. I don't pay for dinner." And I was like, so I go to the back, man. I give the lady my credit card. I was like, "Don't worry about it. I got you." But he's like, I ain't never paid for a meal in my life. And I was just like, that's when you know you're doing it big.
Yeah, it's very old school, man.
But he the nicest person in the world. And he was just, he used to always put that pressure on us to try to win a World Series before he passed away. And it was cool for the guys to give him that before he did that. So I know he died a happy person.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, man, that's great stories, bro. I'm in LA for a long time. Another guy that passed away that affected a lot of people. I know you went to some Lakers games, man.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever get to speak with Kobe or have any types of stories?
All the time. Man, Kobe was one of a kind, man. It was just, his conversations were intense. Yeah, like he was always. It's like he would never like. He would never let his guard down. He was always in competitive mode. And I mean, when we were doing this event in Palm Springs one time, and Allison Felix and Kobe. And then me, we got on a private plane to go to Palm Springs. And
did y'all race? She probably would have won that one.
Yeah, she would have killed me. She would have killed all of us.
Everybody in the building.
She would have killed all of us. But it was a great experience to be able to get there and sit there and talk to him. I talked to him so many other times before that, but just to get there to talk to him and just listen to the words and the things he said. He wasn't the type of person you couldn't hang around Kobe unless you had that same mindset, to win or do whatever it takes. It's I don't think he would really associate himself with people who weren't trying to be the best of themselves, and that's why he was so good at what he was. And I remember one time I'm sitting courtside, and he's like, "What's up, Kemp?" And we're in Phoenix. We were in spring training, and I went to the game. He goes, "What's going on, Kemp?" We just sitting there talking. He's like, "Watch me get these motherfuckers 50 tonight." Yeah. And he's like, "I'm about to kill these dudes. Can't none of these dudes guard me." And I was like, "This boy is wild." He meant that. And he had about 20 something at half. I think he ended up with 30 something. But his mindset was I don't know if y'all were able to experience sitting at a game and watching him play. He just made it look so easy, man. Bro, he made it look so easy, and
that's that hard work, though, man.
I mean, he come into the clubhouse all the time, before games, and he'd light up a room, man. Mm-hmm. He made everybody want to be their best selves. The way his mannerisms were just infectious, man, and everybody is like, "Man, it's Kobe. I got to show off for Kobe today." Yeah, Kobe's in the stands. Yeah, it could be a famous Denzel, somebody. It could be somebody else. You'd be like, "That's my Kobe's in the stands, dog." We gotta get it tonight. We gotta get it, man. But
it's infectious.
It's unfortunate when he passed away. I remember I was coming home from church, and a close friend of mine, Lon Rosen, who was really close to Kobe and used to be Magic's agent. I had to call him to make sure that it was true. It was true. And, dude, it was when Kobe passed away, it was the whole city of LA was just in mourning. It was like a ghost town, man. You couldn't. There wasn't nothing you could. It's he inspired everybody, man.
Yeah, I mean, we felt the ripple all the way in Dallas. Yeah, in LA. I remember I was at a bar in Dallas. It was on a Sunday, wasn't it? Sunday morning when it happened, and just catching up with a friend and got the message. Couldn't believe it. Didn't want to believe it, man.
Right.
Just what? And then, I saw more and more news outlets, release the news. Just hold on, this crazy, man. Real.
It's nuts.
Yeah, man.
When he passed, man, it was wow. That's Kobe, man. It's when my grandfather passed away. It's that's my grandpa, man. It's superhero. He ain't supposed to die. Yep. That's how I felt with him. And he what was crazy is I don't know if y'all saw that interview with Tracy McGrady when he told Tracy McGrady that he wanted to die young because he wanted to be immortal. And I was just that gave me chills.
Words have so much power, man. The power of the tongue, bro.
And you could tell, after basketball, how much more happy he was, with life, being with his kids. And I mean, when you look at it, me being hurt and not being able to play in certain seasons, you get that that downtime to think, and you're like, man, I love baseball, but there's just so much more to baseball. There's just so much more than baseball to life than baseball. It puts life into perspective.
Absolutely, man. That was, man.
Let's cheers.
Yeah, let's cheers real quick.
Cheers to all the fallen.
Welcome to the show, man.
Mamba mentality
all day long.
We rock and roll.
Yeah, man.
Ooh.
It's a Noonish, man. Yeah, so
that's smooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, man.
So you like football too, huh?
Oh man, I watch sports, man.
Yeah.
I watch sports.
Yeah.
I watch sports.
I met you at the OU game. So
man,
is that your favorite sports team of all at this point?
Oh, it has to be. I mean, we really didn't have an NFL team growing up.
Yeah.
I mean, it was you got to be in. I mean,
no
I didn't really start. Hell no! Don't even get me started on that. Nah, man, we're not doing that.
Yeah,
I mean, my favorite, my uncle was a big time San Francisco 49er fan. So growing up, he would always we had to be 49ered out. And we would always spend the most time with him. Yeah. So like me and my cousins are 49er fans.
Hey, Roger Craig and Jerry
But
Rice.
my dad, some of my aunts and uncles, they're big time Cowboys fans. So it's kind of a good little, it's a good little.
I'm talking about Pops.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, it's horrible, man.
We got you over here, Pop. You come on the show next week, dog.
I got some friends that are Cowboys, but I'm not going. I'll tell them. I'll come watch you play. Right. I'll come support. I'll wear your college jersey. I ain't gonna wear your pro jersey.
So, did you play football?
I did. My mom made me quit in the 9th grade.
9th grade.
She made me quit. She's like, you can't play 3 sports. You got to pick 2. And she knew I was gonna pick baseball and basketball. Yeah. So I chose those 2, and she's like, you can't do 3 because you guys still got to focus on your schoolwork. And at first I was like, what the hell? Like, I want to play football. Like, that's my thing. And then after a while, I was like, damn, I'm glad I didn't play football because something could have really happened.
Yeah, real bad.
What position?
I played linebacker, man.
Oh, yeah.
I was 55, junior say out all day long, bro.
Yeah.
All day long. Like, that was my guy.
Yeah, bro.
Junior say out was like.
Did you ever go to his restaurant down there in San Diego back in the day?
Man. But I have one of my old agents, Dave Stewart, was really close to Junior Seau, so we knew that's how I met him for the first time. So when I met him, it was just like, dude, and this dude was like the most calm, humble, soft-spoken dude you can ever meet. But you see him out, it's like. Football players got like alter egos, man.
Yeah, they got you.
Like off the field, they be like, "Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?" And on the field, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker.
That's right. They got to because everybody else on the field is running around with that same attitude.
The defensive dudes.
Well, no, that's what it was. So like one of my boys in high school, when we were in the 9th grade, he was a linebacker too. Yeah. And this is when I knew I didn't have like me. I'm the type of person like. If you do something wrong to me, I would want to fight you. But like me trying to like hurt somebody without them like doing anything bad to me, I just didn't have that mentality. Like I would hit somebody, I'd be like, damn. Like if I pop somebody, I'd be like, oh, I killed. I'd be like, oh man, you all right, bro? Oh yeah. Like I remember one time in 9th grade, my boy Lorenzo Williams. He played at Missouri, and he went to the NFL for a while. He ended up being a lineman. He was a linebacker. He was a fullback and a linebacker. Wow. He ended up being a lineman at the University of Missouri. Wow. But he hit somebody so hard one time, he broke something. Like dude was on the ground. He's like, Kemp, I killed him. And I was like, bro, like, I'm like, dog, we gotta see if he's okay, dog. He's like, no, I killed him. I'm like, that's when I knew I didn't have that mentality. Yeah.
Speaking of that mentality,
it's not for everybody, man.
It ain't. But this, like Ray Lewis, bro. Ray would knock you out and then pray for you. Like
you might know him. I know him by Mr. Tommy Habeeb, one of my good friends here. You might know him from Cheaters and his new hit show.
New TV show is called To the Rescue. We've been on since October. And knock on wood, this week we were the #1 rated syndicated show on television for the CW. So we're very excited about we love being #1.
Yeah, hey, you used to be #1, man, kind of like Mr. Tom Brady. That's why you went to Florida. Had to show him who was the real GOAT. I love it, man. Yeah. Where do these bright ideas come from? Are they all yours? Just at nighttime, you're in bed just dreaming these things up, or what, man? How'd this one come about?
See that, people came to me with a problem, and I just tried to help them and document what was going on in their lives. So, in America, everybody looks at this as crazy reality. You know, it did get pretty dark crazy, I got to tell you.
Yeah, at times.
But we're not really a stretch from what we were doing there. We're now, you know, helping people that have problems or these dogs that need rescue. Our show is a rescue show about dogs, but it's really about the people that rescue them and how these dogs change their lives. And I got to tell you, so many of those people that I busted on cheaters, you know, they need a little dog in their life. So give them the love that they need. And a dog will teach you a lot about your life and compassion. These dogs that we find in these horrific situations, you know, that have been beaten and abused. And, you know, the one dude, oh my God, it was so sad, but he, you know, was hitting this dog with a baseball bat, and the dog's jaw was wired up and just messed up. And I've seen dogs that have been shot point blank with a shotgun in the face. Wow. And then they come up to you, you rescue them, and they come up to you and they know, and they're just licking all over you. And you're going, oh my God, this dog's bleeding and half dead. But all he can give is love.
You mentioned there's a huge following in China on cheaters still to this day, and it's growing. Is that still the case right now?
Oh yeah, cheaters. You know, I started the show in 1998. It started airing in 1999, and here we are in 2001.
Yeah,
and
21.
You know, 2021. Sorry, and I get calls and emails every day from fans all over the world. You know, it's pretty special when you give birth to something that has seen this kind of success. And it's interesting around the world how people look at it differently. You know, in Italy, there's a strong Catholic country, and they look at cheaters as they go, Tommy, you know, you're doing what we're doing. You're supporting the 10 Commandments. I shall not covet thy neighbor's wife.
You're a boondock saint, Tommy.
Huh?
You're a boondock saint.
Yeah. What are you going to do? They actually kind of don't laugh, because I kind of laughed when they said it, but they knighted me in Italy. Wow. They thought it was a big deal. And I'm going, I'm just a reality guy. And in America, it's a total different game. People
you're knight Tommy Habib.
Let's straighten this out. I want that as my title. Come on. So, but I'm getting knighted over there. Awesome. And the guy next to me, like, saved 6,000 children out of child slavery. Right. And then I'm sitting there, I'm going, dude, what am I doing here with these people that actually did some amazing things? But, you know, what was I going to do? I wasn't going to turn it down, a trip to Italy and be part of that fraternity. So I was lucky enough to do that. But I'm trying to live up to it. So now I'm saving dogs. Hopefully that'll mean something to somebody. No, one thing I never done is I know where my bread is buttered. So I don't bust any friends or celebrities. I kind of keep it to what it is. Although many guys came running and, you know, please. I'm going, dude, I'm not filming you. Don't worry about it. But panic. Cameras aren't coming in.
Hey, how often did you get that? You're just going to eat dinner somewhere and somebody just jumps up running.
Yeah, no, I clear out a restaurant pretty quick. Especially in Dallas.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
My sweet friend Michael Irvin, I remember he came and about tackled me. He goes, dude, you used to scare the heck out of all of us when we'd come out of they called it the White. Should I mean go in there here?
The White House.
But
yeah.
He goes, look, he goes, dude, you're my new best friend. I'm not. You're staying close to me all the time. I went, Michael, you're a saint. You don't have to worry about that. I never filmed you. No,
so, Tommy, you told me a little story this past
Oh
weekend.
no, please don't bring that up.
Watching the Super Bowl. Yep. So you live in New York?
Kidding. Yeah. I did live in New York. I love New York.
There's something that you would be doing to this day if it wasn't for a
oh
certain
my
guy.
gosh. Yeah.
I gotta hear this.
Don't make me throw Maury under the bus.
Maury.
But was that not the story, Maury Povich?
You're not the father.
That was definitely.
We all know that.
That was exactly. You guys are amazing. You're not the father, boys.
Yeah.
as a young actor, I was able to get a job and make a living from 19 to here I am. I'm now 22. So I've been able to make a living for all these years. They let me keep doing it. But really the guy, Dick Clark, is the one that taught me how to survive. Most of the people probably watching this don't know who Dick Clark is because you guys are all young.
Just
but
yeah, I know who Dick Clark is.
I'm familiar.
Yeah.
I went to Dick Clark Studios in Cali. That was cool.
So Dick was kind of the guy, the king of music and product integration, and taught me a long time ago how to control my own destiny. Yeah. And as a young actor in Hollywood, most of my friends were athletes, and so when I learned the tools of the trade and product integration and sponsorships, and my first call were to my athlete buddies going, "Hey, listen, I'm doing a TV show," and it was pretty amazing. He changed my life, and then that was part of the fun too, using these athletes and celebrities to make television around. So early on in my career, jumping around on different TV shows and starting my own, I found myself hosting lots of different sports shows.
A lot of the time, I say you're like a trailblazer, right? Because you've created a lot of your own opportunities, right? You love acting, and then you learn the production side of it, and was like, hell, I don't need to hire anybody. I'm gonna come do it myself.
Well, that's right. That's what Dick told me. You know, I was over at the network and bouncing around on different shows. They would never give me my own show, and Dick, saw me in a deal, and he said, "Hey, kid, come see me." And but what was amazing, I said, "Dick, these guys won't give me a show," and he goes, "Tommy, how do you think I've survived this long?" He said, I control my own destiny. Don't let them do it." And I said, "That's what I want to do." And he taught me about distribution, right, and product integration, and it sticks with me today. It's unbelievable this many years later, and so I take off my hat to Dick and thank him.
The man, pitch man, Bobby Livingston.
Yes, sir. Just freezing out here.
Yeah,
much about it, man.
Here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah, man. Bobby, he got to that league quick. You said you were drafted in the 4th round when out of high school, right?
Yeah, 4th round in 2001 out of high school to the Mariners. So, played them for 4 years, went over to Cincinnati, bounced around a couple different teams, went overseas and played for 14 years before I decided to retire.
Hey, where'd you go overseas and play?
I played in Taiwan for 2 years.
Taiwan.
And,
I love Taiwan.
Have you ever been over there?
I have.
Yeah.
I've ate good. The sashimi is amazing. But it was a great experience, man.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's totally different backwards.
So we had Eric Hacker on a few weeks ago, and he played over in Korea, and he said that they just played for the joy of the game, doing backflips and all kinds of stuff. Was Taiwan the same type of style over there?
It was backwards, man. You had a couple of guys probably in a lineup that can hit the ball deep, but for the most part, everything was just safe face. So if you got 2 strikes instead of like trying to take deep, like they just didn't want to punch out.
Yeah.
So you only had literally 3 guys in a lineup that can hurt you. Unlike playing over here, where you got 1 through 9 that can hit the ball out of the park. Bro, the weirdest experience of that was going into the dugout and whoever was starting pitching, and never mind the humidity there, and everybody's chain smoking in a corner, just blowing smoke.
That's awesome.
Bro, what is going on in here?
Major League Baseball on here, baby.
Yeah, that's the 70s in the Major Leagues, dog.
I'm over here trying to train right, and these guys are just chain smoking, throwing 7 innings. What the world is going on? Story like that too, because I used to hang around all the Tech football players when I was a little kid, because I only lived like a block away from the practice field. So I'd go hang out with all the kickers and punters, and I remember I think it was Brad Cade or John Davis. It was when Byron Hanspard and Zach Thomas were there.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Hands, that's the Toto boy.
No, I take that back. It was Bam Morris, actually. That's
Bam Morris.
Yeah, Bam Morris. Yeah. He still lives here now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
man, I ain't heard that name in a minute, dog.
Yeah, he was a beast, dude. Yeah. But anyway, those guys were like, "Hey man, throw in a little Copenhagen and run some routes." You know, I was like, I think 10 or 11 years old. I was like, put a big old fatty in, and they're like throwing me passes. Bro, I threw up from Texas Tech all the way back to my house.
So Bobby, you know what I'm saying? What was the wildest experience you had during the game on the bump, man? Here in the majors, dog.
Probably in Atlanta, man. Honestly, July 15th, 2007.
Man, you remember the date?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I set a hit record for pitchers for Cincinnati. I went 4 for 4 at the plate, and then I think I threw 6 innings. We ended up, I think, killing. Griffey hit his 575th when I was on second.
Wow,
that's awesome.
So swinging. So it was. Yeah, we were playing in Atlanta, so it was hot as balls there. And I literally just got called up the day before, and started the next day.
Nice.
And it was just kind of surreal. But anyway, all the hitting, I was having to split first, and then I got on first. Scott Hadeberg was batting next, and they gave me the steal sign. So I stole, but I didn't peek in when I stole. So I went, dive first, hit first in the second, foul ball. Came back. Oh. Bro, came back to the bag. Next pitch, base hit into the gap. I was going first or third. But my legs, man, my legs were done. So I hit the bag at second. Oh, dude, I hit the bag at second, and I knew, like, I wasn't going to make it. So I just threw myself into the dirt. There's actually a photo online of me diving back to the bag where Ed Rennerita's tagging me. Yeah. Anyway, ended up stopping myself from getting hosed at third, went back to second, dove in second, and then like 2 pitches later, Griffey hit his 575th. And I remember rounding third thinking like, dang, Griff just hit his 575th and on second. This is so cool. I just remember that. And then I remember after I got my 4th hit in the game, going back in the dugout because Jeff Stein, Griffey was on the team done, and I remember Griffey coming up to me and be like, dang, man, is it that easy to hit in the league? Yeah. I was like, I don't know, man. You got 575 homers. You tell me.
No, bro. You know, like the only pitchers I get along with, bro, are athletes, dog. You know, I can't mess with those pitchers and just pitch them. POs, like
I was the same way, man. I always usually roomed with when the minor leagues. Always usually roomed with outfielders or catchers. I never really roomed with other POs.
Yeah, he's the wild boy, dog. I was so hyped the first time I saw you up in Seattle, dog. First time I saw you on the bump. Man, how long did it take you to get there? You got there quick, didn't you, to the show?
Yeah, 4 years. I mean, I was a top prospect in the organization, and I flew through pretty quick. I think it probably would have been a little bit faster now because, I mean, I was like pushing 200 innings every year in the minor leagues before I finally got a bump.
Insight on this subject here, man, and what the heck is going on with these contracts in the MLB, man? They're just not treating free agents like they used to, right?
No, that's what we kind of stated on. That's what we kind of touching on prior to the power outage. But yeah, I just think you know what we had discussed as far as just kind of where everybody's moving as far as the analytical part and being paid off of what they're projecting you to do as you get older, opposed to locking these guys into contracts and then say the last 3-4 years of the contract they don't produce, and then just spending millions for a dead player pretty much.
Yeah, Pujols is a good example of that, right? He got paid for, what is that 10-year like $400 million deal he got back in the day, or $300 million, however much it was.
Yeah, but you kind of, the way I've always looked at it is like, people are paying to come see those players. They're not, you know what I mean? They're spending money at the stadiums, buying those $10 beers, spending hundreds of dollars for those uniforms. And if you don't think they're making more than double what they're paying or triple what they're paying those guys, you got to be out of your mind. That's just not. That's just not, especially for guys like Griffey and Pujols and all these Hall of Famers. So I think the players union does a good job of protecting the players. I think Major League Baseball has the best union in the whole world. So I think from that standpoint, I think they're well taken care of. But yeah, I just think the analytic part of trying to project, something out in the ether from a monetary purpose is just kind of asinine to me. But that's my
yeah, man. And hey, my big bro right here. Yes, he ain't a businessman. He's a business Man
About the business.
coming
man.
at you,
Yes.
big bro TK Tim
Yes,
Klund
shout out.
joining us this week on Noonish,
Yeah.
man. It's gonna be a great show.
TK in the building.
Yeah,
Cheers
man.
to y'all out there on
Hey,
lunch
hold on.
break.
We got a cheers, man. It's a PED, performance enhancing drinks. Cheers right here. You know, getting it in before the show starts. Get right. TK, what's up, man? How you been, bro?
Man, they're doing awesome.
Yeah.
Been rocking and rolling, running crazy, as you know, and got a lot of great things going on. And
Yeah.
it's going to be a good year here in Texas for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
So, all right, yeah, amazing game.
Yep.
Tons of celebrities,
Oh,
tons
tons.
of relationships. You send a text, they're like, yeah, of course we're there, we're supporting.
Yeah.
Let's go back, like. Where'd all these relationships? We got the game.
Man, it's
and all
crazy.
that,
So-
like, who is TK?
Who is
I'm going to give you the
No,
real
where-
quick
where
version.
you
So,
from?
The quick version.
grew up in Southeast Missouri, Cape Girardeau, Missouri. Anyway, went
Yeah.
there, got kicked out of college before I went to college. My dad was smart enough to say, you know what, I'm going to get you a job tomorrow. And he was very upset to the fact that, number one, I lost scholarship. Number two, he has to take another day off. You know, he had to take a day off to talk to the coach. Now he's got to take another day off, so he's really upset. So 8 a.m. the next day, there's my job choices: Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're picking one of these today, on these." So I ended up going to Air Force. The colonel come in. And I was like, "Yeah." The colonel come in and said, taxpayers don't pay people to play softball." And I was like, "Man, I didn't make the rules up here, so
Yeah, they do.
So I'm just following your rules."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he said, "You go make a career out of this," and I said, "Well, it's probably going to depend on this conversation." And the conversation was, I guess I wasn't going to make a career out of it. So I got early out. I actually got out early to go back to SEMO. They had me at linebacker. Linebacker, fullback.
You headbutts? Like,
Oh, you know how I grew up. My dad taught me, like, when you hit somebody, one or two, somebody you knocked out on every hit.
Yeah.
It's your decision on who it is. It's either going to be them or you, but
That's
somebody needs to be knocked out on every time you
that's
hit
awesome.
somebody, right? So
Bring the
thanks a
pain,
lot,
man.
Dad, for those 7 concussions, by the way. And then I was in a car accident in 2000. Actually killed myself. Fell asleep driving home. Had to have my whole face replaced. We're doing this. We're getting this over with. So anyway, I was sitting at home. I was watching Jerry Maguire. My wife comes home from work.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What's game plan? You gonna go back to mobile homes? What are you doing?" I said, "No, I'm done with 7 days a week." And we were making great money, but I was like, "There's just something else I need to do." And I was like, "I think I'm gonna be a Jerry Maguire."
Yeah.
And if you can see, and you all know my wife,
Yeah.
and so that look she usually has when she's looking at me, but this was more expanded. That look where she was like, so what happened is I went to meet a friend at a restaurant, and I go in. I'm about an hour early. Nobody's there. I sit up at the bar. It's me, empty chair, another brother sitting over here. Hey, yeah, give me a drink. He's like, "Man, you want to do a shot with me?" So, "Man, I'll do a shot with you. We do a shot, ching. And, who are you? I'm TK. What do you do? I'm in sales. What do you, who are you? I'm retired. I'm Lemuel Stinson.
Yeah.
I said, Lemuel Stinson.
What?
And I said, "Man, that name." I said, "That name sounds familiar." Yeah, he goes, "Well, everybody called me Lemonhead." He's laughing, and if y'all know Stinson, he got that little gap between his teeth. He's laughing, and so we were chatting, and I said, "Well, what do you do?" He said, "Well, I'm retired." And I said, "Retired, man? You look pretty young to be retired." And he's like, "Oh, I just got out of the NFL." And I was like, "Stinson from the Bears?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Man, you know me?" I was like, number 32. He's like, I said, "Man, I'm a huge Bears fan."
Yeah.
Move this seat out. We'd come down here. It's just boom, boom, boom. My guy showed up. I was half liquored up for that meeting by the time he got there.
Yeah.
I gave Stinson my card. Didn't think twice about it. About 2 weeks later, he called me. I didn't notice the number. I answered it. "Hey, man, Stinson."
Yeah.
Who? It's Stinson. That's how he talks, right?
Yeah. Hard.
Yeah, it's Stinson.
Straight WWF.
I'm going, what the hell? Like English, right? So finally he slowed it down enough for me. He's like, Lemuel Stinson from the Bears. I was like, "Stinson, yeah, okay." And so we started chatting. And he's like, "Man, I want you to handle all my marketing." I was like, "Dude, I don't know nothing about this." So here's my Jerry Maguire moment.
Man, tell me out. Hold on. So this is kind of crazy because this is what Adie talked about when Golden Tate gave him that chance. It was just one dude that gave him the chance to put him on, and then
That's what happened. I mean, so that's what
Young
happened.
Money APAA.
And so here's my
That's
Jerry
crazy.
Maguire moment, and I'm kind of like, "Man, I don't think I can do this," And I said, "Man, I don't want you to put your financial future in my hands. I don't even know if I can do this."
Yourself. That's that demon.
Well, yeah, I was
That's
like,
that
"Man,
devil,
I don't think." And Spencer was like,
listen to
"No, you can do it. You got the gift. I promise you, go do great at this."
Yeah.
And he said, "Whatever we make, I'll give you 50%. I was like, "Dude, I got money. Whatever we make, you can keep.
Yeah.
If you're willing to take a chance, I'll take a chance."
Yeah.
And so all the athletes and pro athletes I've ever worked with, I've never charged them.
Wow.
It's just been relationship. I
There's
never,
fees in the business.
I never wanted employee relationship. I made money. My
dude,
thing was I just want
crazy.
friends.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
I just be
what's up.
friends, right?
So just so y'all know, typically it's 15 to 20%.
Man, I like these guys. And the other thing is, you know, you always read about people taking advantage of athletes.
Yeah.
And I never want to be in that position where somebody could say, hey, TK made money off me or he did this off me. So it was always like, man, I'll do anything I can to help you.
Yeah.
We're good. We get everything together. And then he introduced me to Super Bowl MVP Larry Brown,
Yep.
whose mom came and worked for me before it was over with, Miss Sandy, who I love, who's my other mom. And that's what I always ask LB when I see him, like, how my mom doing. Y'all know I'm her favorite still. But
Dallas Cowboys.
Larry
Super Bowl
Brown,
MVP,
tell my mom I said, hey.
Right.
So love you, Mom.
24.
So yeah, and then it just took off from there in the retired field, right?
Yeah.
And then Houston had a Super Bowl, and I started working with retired guys. So we all went to Super Bowl in Houston, and I did was kind of partially in an event party down there. And after that event, I told my wife, like, I'm doing my own Super Bowl party next year.
Yeah.
Almost the same look when I told her I want to be a Jerry Maguire, and she's like, "What the hell you know about throwing a party?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Well, I was like, babe, how do you think I got through high school without working?" Oh, everybody. We had a Super Bowl party in Jacksonville. We were voted #1 Super Bowl party by the Detroit Free Press in Jacksonville.
Wow.
The same people that. So again, everything I do, whenever I want to do something, #1. So because we were open to the public.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't like Maxim where it's super $2,500 ticket, corporate type. It was like, come on.
Yeah.
Right. We had like 3,000 people at the
Gotta
party.
pay to get in.
Got to pay to get in. But it ain't gonna be
maxed out prices.
We had no issues. Like the night before, somebody was shooting gunshots in the parking lot, and I was like, "Oh man, I hope this don't happen tomorrow night."
Right. Yeah.
But no, it was a good party. But what happened is, so we had that. I mean, and we were the only one. This is really before Super Bowl parties are what they even are now.
Yeah.
So 2005 in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So what happened is, like everything I do, whenever I want to do something, I just learned from Tony Robbins. You just find the expert, go copy him.
Yeah.
So what happened is the people who did the event in Houston were the same people that do the Maxim party. And they have a company called Toast, and they're still around. And Todd Cooper from Toast, who's a great friend of mine, they did the Coors of Light party at Super Bowl. They did the Maxim party. They're the ones who really created. They're the ones who created like what Super Bowl parties are today. Toast did, right? They're the ones who do it to that level. So I went and talked to Todd and said, "Hey, can you help me with this?" And they were already being paid by these other companies. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll help you if you can help me out with let me get some people in there."
Yeah.
Dude, I'm bring who you want.
Man.
So we worked together on that. So yeah, we did that. And then also like Rayfield Wright went in the Hall of Fame, and we did his Hall of Fame party. You know, at that time, you know, retired players at Rayfield's right, they got some money. They don't have money to throw the big events.
Yeah.
And Troy went in at the same time. So Troy actually had his party inside at the I think it's called Glendale Country Club. We tinted up the whole parking lot.
Was Troy's party a little upscale, kind of quiet?
No, they had Pat Green there, and I love Pat Green, but
Pat Green.
But you know what I do?
So like.
So what I do is I call my boy Richard Street of the Temptations.
Yeah.
And said, let's bring the Temps in for Rayfields.
Yeah.
So we had the Temptations there.
Nice.
So and we owned that up to the public. We're the ones who changed the way Hall of Fame does their parties now, because what happened is, if you remember, they used to have the 1 o'clock and then you sit there all day, and then about 6 o'clock all the inauguration stuff's over
Gold
with,
jackets and
right?
stuff.
All that's over with, and then you go do your things. The problem is that retired players, if they don't have money, they just don't really. They might go to a restaurant and eat. While the big athletes, they have their own big private parties.
Yeah.
But everybody's leaving these other guys out.
Yeah.
So Rayfield was the one like, can you help us out? So we did it. So what happened? We sold tickets to it.
Yeah.
Right. So I had all the old Cowboys. I had young guys coming in, but we set it up next to Troy's so people could come in and out of both. Right. And pay respects to both.
Nice.
The problem is our door was on that end. Troy's door was kind of on the back end. So you would have to walk from Troy's all the way around the tent to come in this way.
Yeah.
So Temptations playing. I see security running towards the back of the tent. Tent's lifting up. Like, man, what the hell? You know, what's going on? And who comes through? Pat Smith.
Man.
Here comes Emmett in. Here comes Mike in.
Yeah.
I said, Mike.
Them boys.
Why didn't you just walk around?
Yeah.
This is shorter.
Yeah.
Right?
No. Energy, baby.
Yeah, no. Mike holding it up like you're going into a WWE ring, right?
Yeah.
Here comes Miss Pat. Everybody trying to help him in, like, what the hell? Yeah. So, I mean, and then we have Michael Irvin on stage singing. Drew Pearson, who's just getting in the Hall of Fame. He's going to. DP was singing on stage. So we had a great time. That's a great party. Cool. You know, so just things like that we've had, and then it's just relationships keep building and building. And then I've never had a website. It's always been a referral. Like
Co-host.
How's that shoulder feeling, man? Might need you on the bump. The Rangers been tripping here.
I might be able to do it.
Hey, man. Mr. Tim Crabtree in the house, man. It's crazy. So you played with both of these teams, right?
Yeah, both Toronto and Texas. You know, Toronto drafted me way back in 1992, I guess, and then they traded me away in '98 to Texas, and been here ever since. A lot going on. Trying to, raise 3 kids and get them out of the house so I can figure out how I'm gonna retire. But now I've been in law enforcement for 17 years now since retiring from baseball, and I've got a lot of baseball stuff going on in regards to my son. He's a 16U player, and we'll be on the showcase circuit this summer, starting I guess May 18th. We'll get rolling. But
so is he on the bump too? Is he pitching?
He pitches some. And my story goes, I didn't pitch at all in high school, and I didn't pitch at all in college until my junior year.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of taking the same philosophy with him, allowing him to see if he's good enough as a position player.
Yes.
And if that doesn't work out, you can always fall back to pitching. I tried to step away. I tried to step away from coaching and let my son go and get coached by somebody else, right? Yes. And so I'm sitting up there in the stands with my wife watching some games, and it's like, what are these guys doing?
Why is the 5-hole button down by 5?
Yeah, I mean, so I just kind of stepped back into it with a couple other guys, and we've started a program it's more of a showcase program for the high school group. We don't have any younger teams or anything like that.
Yeah.
And what I'm trying to do right now is just put these kids in front of scouts, college coaches that have an opportunity to watch them, and then it's up to the kids to play the game, right?
Yes.
I mean, we'll put them into the right situations where they need to be in front of who they need to be in front of.
Yes.
And, of course, then there's a social media side of it too, right? Which, I mean, if the parents aren't doing it, they're paying somebody to do it.
Yep.
But I think from a coaching standpoint, coaches need to help there too, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so we're taking that approach. We're going to put them in the right type of tournaments. We're going to help them with social media, and if they have an opportunity to get talked to by whether it's a Division III, a JUCO, a Division II, whoever they have an opportunity to be talked to in front of. I mean, we're going to try to help bridge that gap and give them some knowledge.
Analytics, man. That human element matters, and we talk about this all the time.
Man, that nasty word analytics. I mean, I'm an old school guy, man, and I mean, if somebody hits a home run, who the hell cares how hard it came off the bat?
Yeah,
it's still a home run.
Exactly.
You don't get extra points or runs for it, right? I mean, it's still just a home run. And the whole concept of the defensive shift these days.
Oh my gosh. It's getting out of hand.
Yeah.
What's this? A defensive shift.
So I'll let you explain.
Thanks for asking that.
So if you watch a Ranger game, okay, Joey Gallo, he comes to the plate. He's a left-hand hitter, right? The entire defensive alignment shifts to the right side.
Oh yeah. So third base is now in the shortstop position, or sometimes even behind second base.
Right. Really?
Yeah, because if you're a straight pull hitter, now they understand you have a lot of pop, a lot of power that way. So they'll back that second baseman up in like a rover, softball rover position, right? And then your outfield they shifted over as well, right? And basically they're just cutting off an entire portion of the field because you don't hit there.
Like you literally don't hit there.
You basically are a pull hitter, and you can't hit the ball to left field, but yet you're being paid millions of dollars to pull the ball and hit it into the defensive shift.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
but he can hit it there into the gap, whatever's wide open.
Chances are
he's not as skilled. He doesn't have the skill.
Well,
or what does that mean?
You gotta understand. You gotta understand that the pitching staff too is going to pitch into that shift.
Yep.
They're going to pitch into the shift, right?
Yeah, okay.
So he's a pull power guy, and you'll see night in, night out. I mean, he's going to hit home runs, and when he hits them, it's going to be center field to right field, right? So he hits over the shift, but The reason the batting average isn't very good is because he hits into the shift so much, and he doesn't get base hits because they're outs.
Yes.
Can't get the bait yet.
And it's already hard to get a base hit when they're lined up in the regular spots.
Right.
So you don't like shifts, or what?
I hate shifts.
As a defense, against a team that has a pull hitter, I love it. But
if you're a pitcher, how do you feel about a shift behind you?
Well, a pitcher. If I'm going to pitch into that shift,
and you're like, yo,
if I've got the scouting report and I know how to pitch into that shift, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me a better chance of getting it out, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I guess where I'm old school is the fact that these guys, man, when I played, if you didn't hit 280, and were a good on base percentage guy, and you weren't in the lineup.
Yep.
And now you see players
that
are hitting below 200 or maybe around 200
fast
because they hit home runs, right?
Yep.
But they're going to strike out 180 to 200 times too.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, back when I played, I mean, you weren't in the lineup. You weren't even on a big league roster if that was the case.
Guess
that's crazy.
You look at the legend, Hook'em, UT number 4, 11 on the Cowboys, Mr. Roy Williams. Let's get this PED toast and performance enhancing drinks in the house real quick. Get this thing started. Man, right here. Hey, if you don't know who this is, you ain't from America. You definitely ain't from Texas. That's all I'm trying to tell you. You see them horns.
Yeah.
So, man, what you been up to, man? People want to know.
Just living life, man.
Yeah.
Just got 3 kids. My oldest is 15.
Man.
Got a 12-year-old daughter.
Yeah.
And a 5-year-old daughter.
Go back that way.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
Which is good. You know, he's
yeah.
For a right-hander,
yeah.
You know, your left leg is your power leg. So I'm glad it's his right leg. So, no, man, that's what it's all about, man. Just my kids. And hanging out and trying to get better at golf.
Yeah.
I've always told guys in high school, you know, they don't want to go to college because of their girlfriend.
Yeah.
They don't want to do this because of their girlfriend. Like, you're an idiot.
Right.
How dumb can you be?
Exactly.
So I had a 1-year deal with the Bears. They didn't re-sign me. So I'm like, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Well, the Dolphins call.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to come down. Now, LeBron is in Miami.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, shit.
Yeah. It's popping.
So I went to my lady at the time and I said, hey, she had our 2-year-old daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, Miami, beach, blah, blah. She's like, no.
Hell no.
You go ahead and go.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean I go ahead and go? Like, my son is 5 at the time. So I'm like, I've already missed 2.5 years of his life.
Yes, sir.
And my daughter is a little different. So I'm like, I don't want to miss no more time with her.
Right.
So that's why I ended up retiring, because she didn't want to go to Miami.
Gotcha.
So I ended up just saying, all right, I'm going to be a family man.
Yeah.
So after that, I was just like, all right.
Knowing you can still ball.
Yeah.
But you were good with the decision?
Not after today.
Okay.
Retired there. And I'm from Odessa, so that's the oil capital of the world.
Yep.
So my buddy had a trucking company.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me how much he was making. You know, in that particular year, he had made about 13, 14 million.
Man,
I said, shit, that's my numbers right there. If you're doing 12, 13, I can do 24, 25.
Well, no, not getting tired.
You know, and didn't know nothing about the trucking game.
Yeah.
He schooled me to it. And I've still got it to this day, RW trucking.
Yeah.
Started in 12, still going. So that was a good decision to do.
It's going well for you. I know the industry's kind of shifted a little bit.
Oh, it's always up and down.
Yeah.
It's always up and down. You just got to learn how to operate just like this.
Yep. Yeah. Just like your
don't
professional
start buying
career,
stuff
right?
just because it's high.
Yeah.
And don't start acting stupid when it gets low. Just operate.
Yeah.
You know, like that. So that's what I've had to learn. Learned so much about the trucking game.
Yeah.
You know, my grandfather, he was in the trucking game. He had one truck.
Yeah.
Williams Trucking.
Nice.
And he was the first Black truck driver in Odessa.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So him and another partner of his.
Was his oil too, or was he more?
He was
picking up.
He was more pipes and you know, taking stuff places. And, you know, overalls, no shirt underneath. You know, 6'8". Just
man,
chiseled up. You know.
No jeans, no genetics in here. No genetics.
John Coffey. Yeah.
John Coffey.
But he told me, he said, do not get into the industry.
Yeah.
come on, Papa.
Didn't understand it.
And he's like, no, the mafia, this, that, and the other. I'm like, mafia, this ain't New
Hey.
York. This ain't, you know.
Hey, they'll make you pump the brakes, dog.
Now, I've never ran into it that I know of.
Yeah.
But I understood where he was coming from.
Yeah.
You know, so, but you know what?
On everybody's side.
The trucking made me come out of my box.
Yeah.
Because I stayed in the box.
That's a good thing, though.
You know, I didn't like meeting people. I like my room, my video game, and the bathroom. That's all I need.
Right. Yeah.
In the kitchen. That's it.
Yeah.
But now I got to get out and meet and greet and shake hands.
Yeah. Learn a lot about yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, got me out of my comfort zone to where now it's comfortable now to meet people.
Yeah.
So
that's great. That's
everything
great.
works in mysterious.
Hey, man, I remember them whips.
I lived in the dorms for 4 years straight.
Did you really, bro?
With no car.
No, come on.
I swear. I lived in the dorm for 4 years.
You lived in the dorm for 4 years.
For 4 years. No car.
No car.
No nothing.
But
Man, y'all was riding whips down there, dog.
No,
Not me.
No, this guy, like he said, what was the formula before having to come out and meet people?
Yeah.
No room,
Video
no
games,
a little food,
yeah,
maybe some water.
That's it.
Yeah, but come on, like you was the man on the campus of UT, right? And you just stayed to yourself even then?
Stayed to myself, man.
Straight
I
up.
try to meet some young ladies every once in a while.
Yeah.
Have my fun.
Bro,
If I could rewind this whole situation,
redo,
it would be a different scenario.
You wouldn't be
like,
I would not.
No name?
Coach Brown. Coach Brown set me in the office and he said, what do we need to do to make you become a Longhorn? That's just me by myself.
Yeah.
Right? You got Mac Brown sitting in front of you,
Asking
asking you a question
with that voice.
You ain't thinking of anything.
Still in high school.
Nothing, coach.
Yeah.
I'm committed.
And this is when UT was hot. Like that's the spot everybody wanted to go to, bro.
Yeah. So I'm like,
everybody wanted to go there.
But now rewind it and it's like, what do we need to do to make you become a Longhorn? Well, my mama's. My mama needs this. I'm not saying that's what he was asking.
Yeah.
You know, but in my mind.
Yeah.
You know,
it's on the table.
Were you the first? Were you the first to go through that experience and be, you know, in playing high level of sports?
No, my brother. My brother was All-American at Texas Tech.
Oh wow!
All-American at Odessa Permian as well. He was wide receiver. Lloyd Hill.
Nice.
So he went through it. Matter of fact, Mike Leach, he had just gotten a tech job.
The mad scientist.
And I was his first recruit.
Wow.
He came to my high school.
Yeah.
And pulled me out of class. My mom met us there and everything.
I wonder how long Mike was watching you, bro.
I don't know, but he taught me. He said, here's the offense. Put the tape in, you know, VHS.
Yeah.
And boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I picked up on it like that.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. He said, you know what? I'm going to guarantee you 100 balls a year.
For sure.
He said that. Chris Hill, that's my mama.
Yeah.
Chris Hill said, motherfucker, you can't tell my son nothing. I mean, she just let him have it.
Yeah.
You can't guarantee my son anything, basically, is what she's telling me.
Right.
Yeah.
But in her own way. And I said, well, coach, I guess I'm not going to touch that. And so, look, you fast forward throughout college, and I'm done.
Bro.
And my mom looks back, and of course, he does big things at Texas Tech.
Yeah.
She's like,
you probably could have got them 100.
You would have had 100 balls.
So you was like, you saying, you think you got both if you'd have stuck the track?
No.
Kept working out with it. I mean, the thing that Bolt got was the height. And you got the height too.
No. There was a guy, gosh dang, what's his name? Mitchell. It's not Donovan Mitchell. Maybe. I don't know. Mitchell. Mitchell was his last name. He was from Big Spring.
Okay.
He was running Olympics. He was trying out for Olympics and all that. He ended up passing away Thanksgiving. He was at the club. Somebody shot him in the back.
Wow.
But I raced against him at the regional tournament, regional track meet. And I wore ankle weights all day long.
Yeah, just to get
I'm gonna murder this guy.
Yeah.
Right? You know, so
hey, ain't nothing like at the starting line in track.
Hey, so
that's the most intense moment in your life.
I got sweat. I got the wind suit on.
Yeah. I
got the sweat stuff on top of that, so I get real hot.
Yeah.
Sweaty.
Tory Mitchell, man.
Tory Mitchell.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Low 10s.
I took everything off.
Wow.
Got my suit on. I'm kind of yoked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Everybody taking bets in the stands.
Yeah.
Take off. About the first 50.
But
I'm leading.
Yeah.
Yep.
Next thing I hear is
he
does his fingers like this.
The ball's running easy.
He does his fingers like this. And he'll hit his legs.
Wow.
And I mean, he beat me by about 7 yards.
Are you serious,
I
bro?
swear. And I said, you know what? this track shit ain't for me. I go to state meeting, I break the record, long jump.
Yeah.
25.6 1/2.
Jeez, bro.
Record stood for 20-something, 30-something years.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The following year, somebody breaks my record.
Oh, yeah, man. Technology, man. Using them bands or something, dog.
Like I broke something that stood for 25, 30 years. And then the next year,
to be at the top for 1 year.
and the dude
Little guy.
Yeah. And he ended up being a free agent with the Lions.
Wow.
He wore number 40.
He came there.
He came to Detroit, number 40.
Incredible.
I got him as a friend on my Facebook.
That's incredible.
But I called him 40 ounce.
Yeah.
He was so small with number 40.
Hey, it probably wind he just jump and just get took out by the wind.
And you know what he said? He said, "Hey man, I looked up to you."
Wow.
He said, "Yeah, man, I was from Texas."
He meant literally because he's 5 foot.
He said, "I actually broke your long jump record." I said, "Oh, you that motherfucker that broke that shit." You know, I was a decent athlete.
Yeah.
Right. I didn't drink ever.
Yeah.
Ever. You know what I started drinking?
When you retired?
When the Lions went 0-16.
Good fucking reason
That'll do it.
drink.
That was
Great
when
reason
was
to
when I
drink.
started. But my first drink was lemonade and vodka.
Yeah.
And this is what happened.
You need one to taste it. You just like, man, just throw something in here.
Yeah, this is how it happened because I came from Mike Martz, Radio Show on Turf.
Yep.
Yeah, we got 250 plays.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then we go to Jim Coletto. We got 28 plays.
Oh, Lord.
In the league?
28 plays.
Yeah,
First, second,
Baltimore,
third, red zone,
Are you
goal
kidding
line,
me, bro?
all that is 28 plays.
Man.
We went 4-0 in the preseason.
Yeah.
But we showed our whole damn play. We showed the whole, I swear, you can look it up.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Bro.
That was it. We went, the first game we were in Atlanta.
Yeah.
We were in Atlanta. And we're moving the ball, you know, miraculously. Moving the ball. We get on the 13-yard line, getting us waiting in the huddle. We looking at him, he looking.
Yeah.
Timeout. So he's like, I go to the sideline. I'm being nosy, drinking the Gatorade, being nosy. He's like, Rod Marinelli's our head coach.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey, why you ain't call a play?" He said, "I didn't get a play." He said, "You didn't get a play." So Jim Coletto's upstairs. So Rod calls him, "Jim, come in, Jim." Coletto. Oh, sorry, coach, I must have dozed off.
Oh my gosh, bro.
No. So we're 0-1. Right.
Was collecting the check up in Detroit, man.
We ended up we 0-2
in the game, bro.
0-3.
No way, bro.
0-4. So we're in the team room and we're doing our stuff. And there's a strip club called the Flight Club, right? The Flight Club. So we had one of the guys. You know when you push in the airplane when you push the waitress button, it makes boom.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He says, boom. Yeah. Another dude says, boom. Yeah. He's going.
Yeah.
Another, boom. Yeah. Coach turns around, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Nothing, coach. Then everybody started laughing. Right? Yeah. So I'm like, what the hell is boom?
Y'all know everything about it after the game.
What the hell is boom? Like,
yeah.
Hey, what's that? Hey, man, we're going to the strip club after. You want to go? I said, man, that ain't really my style, man, but I ain't gonna win no way. Might as well. You know, so I went. Hey man, you want a drink? I said, nah, man, I don't want a drink. You know, like, come on, man, have a drink. I'm like, man, give me something fruity, somewhere I can't taste it.
Yeah,
right. They're like, well, what do you like? I said, I like lemonade.
Yeah.
Well, give him a Grey Goose and lemonade.
Oh yeah.
So drank that. I was like, anything in here?
That's
you know,
pretty good.
But for me, I think about it all the time, and if I write a book, I'll say it. But since that day, once I started drinking, I started going down.
Yeah.
Hook 'em.
Think about it.
Let me show you. Let me show you something.
Yeah. 6 in a row.
And I just want to hear it out of the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
I learned when we played.
Yeah.
I went 0-4 against Oklahoma.
Yep.
Never won.
Yep.
Broke the record my freshman year.
Superman.
63-14.
Oh my God.
Broke the record. That record my senior year 65-13.
Yeah, that's a bad run.
Ask him why. Do you know why?
Why?
Yeah.
Why you gotta be so bad?
Was that AP?
No.
What's that?
It's called film.
Oh.
So what happened was
they never sent it to.
They had someone in our building send them our practice.
Wow, Belichick.
So
we
look,
talking.
So look, I'm with Vince Young in my senior year.
Yeah,
I'm jogging back to the huddle. It's 3rd and 5. Here Teddy Lehman says, "All right, guys, here comes the quarterback draw."
Spygate.
Right. So I hear it. Here comes the quarterback draw. I get in the huddle. Spread right, quarterback draw. I say, "Oh shit, this ain't supposed to work." They already looking for it.
Spygate.
Yeah. We get in a
you talk Belichick Spygate.
We get in a We get in a trick play formation.
Yeah.
Mac Brown is not a trick play guy.
But he just wanted
trick play. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Playing chess.
Here it comes. Here it comes. I'm like, how do they know?
Because y'all run a basic offense.
What is
you
what?
Got a trick play formation.
Somebody in the building, Spygate.
You put the running back at quarterback.
So then,
probably gonna be a trick play.
So then, ever since then, when Coach Brown hired security, at Texas, then it became a rivalry again.
ESPN, you heard it here first. Spygate was at OU first with Stoops.
Oh God!
Y'all go check the film in 2000, from 2000 to 2004.
Yeah,
go check the film. We got Spygate. We got people in the NFL, NCAA jackets at the practice.
At the end of it, when you lose,
you heard it here first on Noonish.
You got to
Spygate.
blame it on something. What better than Spygate?
Hook 'em, dog. I was wondering it was a reason. I was like, there's no way OU beating these boys like this, dog.
Tell me how when the security guy and they fired the guy, they knew who did it.
Yeah.
They fired him, they put security, then Texas started winning. Again.
We need to check his bank account.
What?
For like a couple
need to check his bank account, dog. Need to go check his bank account, see where that roll was coming from.
Y'all haven't won in how
because it was what?
Has it been? Because has they gotten back? Is he back?
Once they found out who was what.
But Mac Brown ain't there no more.
Oklahoma say, shit, we don't know what plays are coming now.
I know.
We don't know what plays are coming.
I said, what did they hire you guys?
OU Spygate. Y'all heard it here. OU Spygate 2000. Man, this man needs no introduction right here, but I'm going to do it anyway. We got the D-Town Triple D legend in the house, y'all. What's good? The D.O.C. What's going down? Bro?
Man, I can't call it,
man. It's good to see you, man. Good to have you back in the building, man.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you back in the building.
Glad to be back, my brothers. Glad to be back.
Hey, before we get started, what's good, man? I mean, this is so much to talk about, bro. Like, I mean, where do we start? Can we start from the beginning? You know?
Man, we can handle this however you want to handle it.
Let's start from the beginning, man. The Feeling Fresh crew, man. Straight out of D-Town, eh?
Man.
Yeah, bro. So, I mean, how was, I just want to hear about the experience, coming up and how that even came about,
So, West Dallas Projects, probably 15 minutes from here, down 35.
Mm-hmm.
Get off on Mockingbird, go across the bridge, you right there in the project, right?
Yep.
That's where it was for me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I got connected with this dude named Dr. Rock, who's still in Dallas. Fresh K is in Missouri, I think, or somewhere, but Rock is still here. He's
still producing music, or?
He's in real estate.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
Nice move.
Yeah. And so he and I and another guy friend, we started this group and made a song called I Hate to Go to Work.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Joyner really liked that song. He played it every morning.
On the Tom Joyner morning show.
On the Tom Joyner morning show.
Yeah. That must have been hype, one of them hype songs. Get you moving, get that blood going a little bit.
Yeah. And so that people heard it. They took a notice to it. Yeah. And Rock had a relationship with these guys in L.A., they said. And so I think Dre saw me writing for this person and teaching Fresh K the words, and he was like, man, if I had this dude out there, boy, he and I could do some real work. Thinking about Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so the first time I turned him down, but eventually some stuff happened at the crib that made me reach back out to him.
Yes.
And take him up on it.
So was it
Well, you turned Dre down?
At first. Because he didn't want the whole crew.
Oh,
got you. And you didn't want to leave your team.
I can't do that.
Man, I know that feeling.
That's tough.
Can't do that.
I know that feeling right there.
But my mother threatened to send me to the Army
Oh, fuck
man,
that.
And
look,
I can't go
look, we just left.
that.
We just passed Memorial Day. And shout out to those who lay it on the line, but that ain't me.
I'm just not built like that either.
Yeah,
not for everybody.
That ain't me. I'm not. First of all, you got to go through the training, the basic training thing where they just come holler at you in the morning and get up. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna be able to do that one.
It's rough.
You know what I mean? 'Cause when you holler at me, I'm gonna holler back.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I
Giving
mean?
me orders and stuff.
You know where I'm from?
Now.
You know where I'm from, nigga?
About what this NWA did.
So I reached out for him and he's like, I ain't got no word for you. I was like, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? Can we still get down?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, come on. And so I just made my way out there. Had a homeboy. His name is L.A. Dre. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
He had a brother staying in Compton behind a high school called Centennial.
Yeah.
And I moved with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And about a week after being out there, we went into the studio and made We Want Easy.
Mm-hmm.
And 2 weeks after that, everything was changed.
Yeah.
2 weeks after that, everybody had money.
Say how that became a blessing, how it turned out to be a blessing in disguise, I guess, right?
Well, the understanding I got now, bro, and I hate to be all, spiritual and religious with folks, but
that's part of life.
The understanding I got now is that path was always my path.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Right? I was just one of the only motherfuckers probably on this earth that could have walked it.
Yeah. Been tough enough to
handle it and walk it and keep pushing and stand up and stay strong.
Yeah.
I was right. I was built for that.
Built for that.
Yeah.
That's facts.
The hardest gangsters in the street probably would have killed themselves for somebody else.
Yeah.
Having to deal with that kind of.
Yeah.
But
just always trying to figure out why.
Why, man?
Wondering, questioning.
That one thing that I needed.
Yeah.
You took that.
Yeah.
The one thing.
And you said for years you tried to go back to, that time, like before it happened.
The day before, that's really what the whole struggle was about. I felt like I fucked up so bad.
Yeah.
I just keep trying to push my life to get me back to the day before so I can continue that life.
Yeah.
But it was another life G.O.D. had for me already.
Yes, sir.
See, the whole thing started with a prayer, G.O.D., if you give me this.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell everybody it was you.
Yeah. You didn't keep up your end, man. I had that prayer before.
Then he gave it to me.
Yeah.
But I thought, for a long time, I thought that. I didn't live up to mine. That's why it happened.
Nope.
But peep the game.
Not what it is.
That's right.
It ain't what it is.
Peep the game.
You
See,
did.
when it popped this time, and I do it this time, that it was because the whole time was he'd already planned it.
From the
beginning.
So me to say it, so because when you say it this time, you gonna mean that shit, and they gonna hear you.
Yeah.
They gonna hear you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you ain't gonna need Dre.
Yeah.
Peace be to my homie, or none of those other guys, because I'm gonna do it with you.
Yeah. Period.
And they're gonna be like, how in the hell did this nigga go from 0 to 7,000 that fast?
'Cause he had a
and you
fall
gonna
back.
tell me,
Yeah.
you gonna be able to tell him, I didn't do it, he did it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Man. In the house, we got Mrs. Sam Gannon.
Miss.
Miss, I'm sorry. Let's get it right. Miss Sam Gannon in the house. Hey,
I got married last night.
to herself.
Right.
Yeah, and the one and only. You can't find them anywhere online, people. And if you do find something that's wrong, right? Mr. Mike Doocy from Fox 4 in the house, man.
Thanks for having us.
That was quite the intro.
Hey, man, gotta come in with a splash.
Who's the intro maestro?
Gotta come in with a splash.
Literally.
If we took that long on our intros on Fox 4, we'd be out of time on it.
When I came here, people were like, "Oh, you must love Dallas so much more than Oklahoma." But to be honest, like I made so many wonderful friendships there, so I love Oklahoma. But
Nice.
I've been in Dallas for 2 years now, and work with this guy. So,
So what is it to report on in Oklahoma? Like casinos? Like what were you talking about? Because there's no sports teams up there.
There's no what?
There's no sports teams up there. Like
Some little school called Oklahoma OU.
No, the funniest thing about Oklahoma is when Durant left and they tried to change the city to Westbrook, Oklahoma. I was like, that's hilarious.
They shut down the restaurant. Like,
yeah, they did. It was a good restaurant.
It
was good.
Man, I had questions. You know, was Dallas your first stop from Iowa? Because that's a heck of a jump.
Yeah, I worked in small town radio right out of college, like tiny towns where you did everything. Did play-by-play of the homecoming parade and tractor pulls and all that kind of stuff.
Wow, yeah.
And we did high school wrestling and volleyball. I mean, you did everything. And it's a great training ground because you learn how to think on your feet. You learn how to describe weird stuff, you know, and just every type of sport and event that you can imagine. And eventually kind of worked my way over into TV and then was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa in 94 when I got the call from Channel 4. And like I said, 1994, so 27 years here now. So I was a little later in the game than some by the time I got here. And I was 35 years old by the time I got to come to work in this market. And it was an amazing experience to come here. The Cowboys were just in their heyday in the 90s. They won back-to-back Super Bowls.
To the bowl, y'all.
And right after I got here, I was 3 weeks in when Jimmy and Jerry split up.
Oh my gosh. That's a great time to come and be reported.
So I'm standing out there at Valley Ranch getting ready to, I swear to God, I'm standing at Valley Ranch in my mind, ready to do a live shot thinking, just don't say Jimmy Jones and Jerry Johnson. Get the names right.
And we had a player named like Jimmy.
I think there's Jimmy Johnson.
Yes.
I was so new that I was just wanting to make sure I got the basic facts right. And I'm standing in there and all these national media people that I'd watched for years were standing in the room getting ready to broadcast. And it was crazy. That was kind of the start of the ride, and the Cowboys alone have kept it interesting. But then we've had all that other stuff through the years, and you know, you talk about the NBA and the Mavs that had their time. Got to follow the Stars as they won a Stanley Cup in '99, and Rangers went to back-to-back World Series, which seems hard to believe now. But
yes, my gosh!
So it's been cool to experience it all. I think it's the best. I really do think it's the best sports market in the country, and everybody probably says that, but whether it's your cup of tea or not, you know, you've got PGA golf now, for example. You know, you got the Nelson, you got Colonial back-to-back. This time of year, you've got world-class auto racing out at the Speedway. There's just something for everybody. So
you're right.
There's just, it's a challenge for us just to keep track of it all. Major League Soccer, on and on. Best high school sports in the country. So.
That's a heck of a scout to find you in Iowa or wherever you were at the time, man. Like, who is that guy?
Well, you know, it's funny, and this may only interest me, but
you're gonna tell it anyway.
We want to know.
Sam knows that never stops me from telling
Mike's
a story.
like always like, you know, I know I've told you the story a million times, but I'm like, go ahead, I want to hear it.
I'm the old man who tells every story 1,000 times now. But believe it or not, in Cedar Rapids had, and I think still has, a media consulting firm. Frank Maggott and Associates. It was kind of well known in TV for local TV in terms of people would go there, news directors would go there to come up with new ideas and philosophies for local TV. And so the other station in Cedar Rapids was a Maggott client, and they wanted to get me out of Cedar Rapids. So they were sending my tape out without me knowing about it. So,
wow. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
So
that's nuts.
Dallas, KDFW, Fox 4 was a Maggott station too. That's how good I was.
Hey, I love it. Hey, they're like, this dude's creative. He is reporting on haystacks and all kinds of stuff right now, and making it real interesting. People.
I came here, and in the Dallas Morning News, the headline in the media column was, Channel 4 settles for small market sports anchor.
That is so crazy to me.
You were like, yes.
And my mom, God rest her soul, saved that headline and that article all those years, and I've still got it.
Oh my gosh, man.
And I'm still at Channel 4, and the guy who wrote that article is no longer.
Of course.
Question number 2. Who is more likely to click the link and be victim of ransomware?
Hey, we'll be
You
talking
know, in
about
the email Microsoft sends you every day telling you somebody's hacked into your stuff and they've got 2 messages waiting for you to open up. Right?
I'm gonna say you.
Yeah, you're much more technologically savvy.
Because I remember you were saying like you were getting some messages on Instagram that you didn't know. And it's usually from like, you know, those accounts that are like spam or something.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
why am I getting these? Like, I don't really.
Yeah.
Who's this naughty lady that's getting in touch with you?
Yes.
Tell me who that is.
Yes.
I don't think I know her.
Naughty lady
Send some-
546 or
With
something.
their filthy mouth, saying these disgusting things to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've gotten a few of those. She needs to start messaging us. That ain't cool at all.
I'm gonna give her 3 or 4 chances.
This is getting blocked. All right. You know, everybody want to know what Ray's take is. But hey, but man, this is Mr. Ray Edwards in the house, man. What's good?
I was looking for somebody else to come through the door.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, man. You know, hey, I'm glad we saw you. You so fast, dog. It's hard to see this man at times, bro. Fly right by you like the Flash. Okay, let's turn that
mic on. Okay.
Oh.
There it is.
Guess what?
What's that?
That's usually how I start stuff off.
Hey, we on that. We on.
Like
Man.
see me first.
Yeah, bro.
See me, then hear me.
Wow, bro. But how you liking it, man? The whole race, like, it kind of just jumped off and took off real quick, didn't it?
Man, it actually took off by mistake.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was in a Facebook group, and it was right when track season started, when Sha'Carri was, you know, dropping those fast times.
Yep.
So I was debating with somebody in the group, and I was like, I know too much about track and field. I got too much to say for these thumbs.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, I'm gonna do a YouTube video.
Yeah.
So I did a YouTube video about what I was trying to explain in the group, and then I dropped it back in the group, like, here, this is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
And then that YouTube video ended up getting like 1,000-some views, and people was, you know, commenting on and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Instead of me typing the things I have to say in this group, I'm just gonna start doing videos.
Yeah.
And then what ended up happening was, and like I did like the first 4 videos, and they all hit like over 1,000, 2,000, 3,000.
Wow.
And the group that I was in, I was putting it in, they kind of had a problem with it because the track and field group. And they was like, you can't be in here promoting yada, yada, yada. I'm like, I'm not promoting nothing. I don't even make no money off this. I'm a long-winded person. I can't text it.
Yeah.
Long story short, they ended up kicking me out of that because a lot of people have reached out to me and said just that. Like, man, I never even really watched track, but after watching your show, now I'm starting to like actually watch track because I can understand it now.
Yeah.
And that was my whole reasoning for having Ray's take. I was like, no, bro, like it's too much misinformation on track and field, and that's why as athletes, track and field, we don't get the sponsorships that we need. We don't get the love that we actually deserve, because most people think that, like I told y'all when I was here on that show, people think that we train for the Olympics only, not understanding that we got like a whole season. So my whole thing was to bridge that gap to where, you know, people in America, because worldwide they know this. America just don't know this. So my whole thing was bringing track and field to the living rooms of the average American so they understand what it is, you know, and just help push the sport forward. And I'll say this, the one thing that, you know, being able to get people like Trayvon Bromell, you know, when everybody's like, what happened? What's going on? Like, I mean, you name it, ESPN, everybody want to know what happened. Then he's like, I'm going to go to Ray's Take, and I'm gonna tell y'all through Ray's Take, you know, that type of stuff. Even with Fred Curley, you know, before he got his silver medal, he came on the show, and then as soon as he got it, he's like, I'm going back on Ray's Take. You know, so to be able to get those type of interviews and
real time,
and
right
people,
now action.
even when Sha'Carri stuff happened, you know, to be able to go straight to John Drummond and say, hey, come on my show and clear it up so people can understand it.
Former Grace Prep coach.
Yeah.
And you kind of just went back in the day.
On Ray's Take, you either jack, which is, you know, you're a cool person, or you're a stupid. Track and field is ran by a bunch of stupids. You know, just like what you're saying is like, why would you ban a shoe that's going to give somebody, you know, an extra advantage?
Exactly.
Okay, so does that mean when you play football, if you put on some gloves, is that extra advantage?
Exactly.
Did they try and ban it?
Nope.
No, they say all y'all
Everybody can wear them.
Everybody can wear them.
Or if somebody do feel more confident without them hoes, they don't want to wear them.
It's
and they do.
It's
Your choice.
It's your choice. In track and field, I feel like, and that's again why I created Ray's Take, athletes don't have a single voice at all, because an average athlete would be like, nah, I want the option. Don't tell me no, you can't because it's gonna help you run faster. I'm trying to run faster, Jack. That's the whole point. I want to run faster. So they're saying it's unfair because Nike has created it, so we got a ban.
Competitive
No,
advantage.
exactly. That's not Nike's fault. That's your fault.
Yeah.
HR.
Yeah.
You gotta go hire a smarter person.
Exactly. Go get that design
Yeah,
team
you gotta
up
go
to
get
snuff.
get the designer team up. There ain't no such thing as
You better get some stickers and some Nikes. And
Now we're getting into your Formula One field.
That's
for real. Yeah.
Like shit.
Track and
We
field,
just got
man.
better. Sorry, like, we got better tech.
Exactly.
Like,
We may
sorry,
talk about
not
that
sorry.
later. Right. So they're saying that some of these performance enhancing drugs are long term dangerous to the athlete. What you as somebody who's been competed at that level, and you guys too, but just like what's your take on that? Like, how do you feel about that particular aspect of it?
They're actually 100% correct, you know. But I always like to again play devil's advocate. But then I always use the term be fair. Okay,
Right.
We all know that this right here. We're enjoying it. Okay?
Right.
It's delicious. It's gonna get us to a certain point where we gotta say stop.
Yep.
All right.
That's right. Yep.
If you don't say stop, then guess what?
Yep.
It's your damn
It ain't
fault.
gonna be good.
Exactly.
Just because you may have one athlete that may take it overboard, just like with drinking. You may have one person take it overboard and go get a DUI or you know,
or a lot,
or
Frank the Tank,
you know, or something like that.
Run through the quad butt naked.
Thank you. You don't need to punish everybody and say, well, take liquor off the shelf completely then. No, you just put a label on it. I've always said that when it comes to performance enhancing drugs, you put the label on it and say, hey, this can cause this. Like cigarettes. It says this can cause cancer. Now, it's up to you whether you want to buy this or not.
Exactly.
But we told you.
Exactly.
I don't feel like it should be your solid discretion to tell people what they can and cannot put in their body.
Yeah.
So let me just say this right here. I really feel like they need to completely take drug off of that.
Yeah.
Because it needs to just be performance enhancement. Because when you add the title drug, it automatically spins a negative connotation on no matter what. It just needs to be performance enhancement. It needs to be in the hands of the athletes to decide what they can and cannot take. I don't know if people know this, but I'm saying on y'all show because I've said it on my show and people in track and field didn't know it. We're not all governed by the same laws and rules.
Right. Okay.
At all whatsoever. Like, so WADA sends out a complete list of what you can and cannot take, and it's the World Anti-Doping Agency, right?
Yeah.
It's up to that country to administer that though, because WADA don't come. Right. So it's up to America to administer the rules. It's up to Jamaica to administer the rules. It's up to Denmark to administer the rules. It's up to whatever Canada, whatever country
so
you
if
in.
those countries are not administering these rules, these athletes can be
sweeping,
dibbling and dabbling
and whatever
with these substances,
HGH,
all up until this time for the actual where they've already received the results from the substance, but now they just have to pass this Olympic committee.
Which you're gonna pass now because
you knew how much time it was.
You knew how much time you had to
but
get off.
But you've already received the benefits.
You already got the benefits of it now.
Yep.
Why do you have
when it's in your system?
You got the benefits because your actual doping agency for your country didn't administer the rules.
Lexi, welcome.
What's good?
In his house.
I am.
Yeah, man. How you been?
I've been good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing well, man. Excited to have you on the show today.
Me too. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah, man. So what? We got you off the road, been performing, doing some shows. I mean,
staying busy.
So yeah, what's going on in your world right now? You know,
doing lots of shows, performing in the studio like 24/7. Yeah, just working.
Had a lot of time. Basically in prison last year during COVID. Had a lot of time to write that too.
Literally, like just locked myself in my room.
Right, yeah, man. We came out with some gems though, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So you know,
yeah,
going in.
I would look up beats like on YouTube and like instrumentals on like YouTube and would just do it over that.
So did you have a go-to just beat that you would just love to just
throw
over like while you cleaning the room or something?
Yeah, Nicki Minaj, Super Bass.
Yeah. Hey, Quiet as Kept, like that's a top 10 song.
Oh yeah,
to me.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the greatest.
You know,
for sure.
You ever heard about the dudes like jamming out to the girls' songs in the car by themselves?
Oh, it's so funny.
That was you.
Super Bass, come on, I'm jamming.
Oh yeah.
People outside they probably think I'm listening to something real hard.
Right.
6 to 8 months.
Yeah, I've been busy. I just opened for Polo G here in Dallas, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's a huge concert.
Yeah, opened for Choppa, little bit ago.
Nice.
I saw NLE Chopper on something the other day. That dude.
He's crazy. NLE Chakra.
He reminds me of the guy from Empire. The youngest
Which
son.
one?
Oh,
the youngest
Hakeem? Or,
yeah.
No, yeah. I think that's his name.
I was like, is that him?
Yeah.
They look similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's got to be a very cool experience for you, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What's the largest crowd you've had a chance to?
Probably the polo show. It was huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where was that one at?
Southside Ballroom.
Southside. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's good.
So you have to have talent,
Mhm.
like Nikki, like Lexi. You used to have talent to come to the table.
Yeah.
Right? And nowadays people put this freaking
Yeah,
straw
there's a lot of
in their mouth
manufacturing
and start
yeah.
auto-tuning everything.
Enhanced.
Yeah. And then you
Look
go
up.
to a live show and it's like, bro, I could have done that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? People
Yeah,
forgetting
yeah.
lyrics on stage.
Yeah.
I've seen artists forget lyrics on stage, forget what they're even doing on stage.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. Performing and stuff for me, like, that's like, I work so hard for like everything that I get to do that, like, that's like the part that I like work so hard for. So I like to enjoy every moment of it. And then half the time I'll see artists that are, whether they've drinking too much by the time they get on stage that they don't even realize what's going on, or I'm like, it's crazy. Like, it is still a job. Like, like you're performing for fans, like so you have to take it serious. And so whenever artists do forget lyrics or don't know what's going on, I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
So it's like a appreciation for the fans too.
Yeah,
like
facts.
That when I show up,
Yeah,
you paid to come here.
Yes, you deliver.
I'm gonna make this shit.
Yeah.
Random water.
Hey, water, we got a
H2O.
living plant sitting next to us right here.
Hey.
Nothing but water goes
Mama
in this
said.
man's system, you know.
That's some high quality H2O.
That's right.
Yeah, man. So just been training your butt off, man. You've had quite a few fights. I mean, you've been training for a reason, right?
But I've been having I had 4 fights. So I mean, 2 last week. Then the one with Errol that didn't happen, but we still went through the whole training camp.
The entire
one
camp.
with Jamel Charlo. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah.
So let's. You mind if we talk about each of those each of those fights, man? So Jamel Charlo and Castano, man, that ended up being a battle, bro.
Right, no doubt.
Right? Like, I didn't expect that of Castano. I knew he was a pretty well respected. Was he undefeated as well coming into
He's
that fight?
undefeated, yeah.
Yeah, and he's which country is he out of?
He's from Argentina.
Argentina.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So, I mean, Jamel's obviously the bigger guy.
Right.
But hey, he was a bull. Castano, he kept coming at him the whole fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than he came after 8 of the 12 rounds.
Yeah.
'Cause once Jamel let his hands go,
yeah,
he was trying to survive. So,
Yeah.
But you know, it's like it was good, man. I mean, I expected him to be coming like that. I expected him to be that type of fighter.
Yeah.
So it's like you know, there were no surprises other than you know. So it's all good. Boxing
Yeah, right on.
and boxing reflects like American society, because before when a lot of Jewish people came over, a lot of immigrants came over, they were the boxers, right? And blacks were boxing also. But once it was like that's what they used to get up out of that situation. So for us, we've been in it a little bit longer, you know, us and the Mexicans.
Yeah.
And we've been in it a little bit
Italians.
longer. But you can see like before throughout American history, we were the fighters. That man, it was great to
Man,
see.
you've been
the
up and down 45. Are you
That's right.
taking a plane or you on that road, man?
Hey man, I'm flying.
Big
You know,
time.
before
First class.
Before I would drive, before doing Corona first started, I'm driving.
Yeah.
But like now, it's like, man, nah, man, I'm on.
Yeah. You on the private jets or are you hitting that commercial?
Hey man, I have taken. I've
Yeah.
done both of them.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It depends.
Which preference? Which one you prefer, man? You
Private.
like that private
Private.
jet or
I
what?
think I like
No
private.
doubt.
It's too easy.
Private.
Hey,
I like
man.
private better because it's
Way
like
better. Long quote.
Hey man, listen, it's better.
Yeah.
There's no way, you know,
It ain't
it's
close.
like
It
there's no
ain't
way
close.
to even describe it,
Right.
but explain it to somebody. But it's better. You
Pull up.
park your car, just like
Hop on.
East Dallas to private jets,
Dude.
baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Food's
dog.
already on
that's
there.
right. That's right. They're taking your menu. What do you want?
What do
They
you-
already got on there.
Done.
They ain't telling you when to let your upright seat up.
No,
and-
no,
and-
no,
Ain't no
You ain't got the
seatbelt.
boom
No,
coming
listen,
on.
man.
You ain't gotta wear none of that.
Sit
That's
by the
right.
emergency-
You know what's
emergency
Stand up
door
on takeoff if
instructions.
you want.
You
It
know
don't
what's
fucking
funny
matter.
about that is that everything you. That's right. Like you don't. Who
None
put
of
a
that.
seatbelt on? I mean, I put a seatbelt
I'm
on.
standing
man.
up. Like,
Standing up,
we're
right.
taking off. I'm
Walking
just
around.
chilling.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on, man. Listen,
Yeah.
none of that.
Not.
So listen, the food is there. They like, what do you want?
Yep.
Whatever. I mean, listen. When I say,
Whatever.
and this is the thing about me. The hardest thing for me is like to tell them really what I really want.
Yeah.
Because it's like I don't eat I eat a certain way, right?
Yeah.
It's like so I want. So like, what do you want for breakfast? Like, so man, I want to get some
pancakes with peanut butter with some I'm like with some berries on them. That's not too much, is it?
Like what?
Hey man, come on,
that's
man.
easy.
Listen, man.
Like,
I get on the plane. They said that.
Boom.
Right there. I'm like, okay, well,
so
wasn't too much.
So I can get used to this. It's not that bad here.
It ain't that bad at all, man.
But it's like the thing about that is that it's good, but it's not reality, right?
Yeah.
Like,
no, it's your reality.
But it's my reality. But I'm saying,
exactly.
so put it like this. So let me show you. So when Errol's fighting, everything's private.
Yeah.
Right. But when my younger guys, remember that Errol promoted the fight, but he had 2 younger guys fighting the card. So I have to fly with their accommodations. So it's not. It's like so.
You're in that TSA line, or?
Yeah. Well, I got because I fly so much. I get a little bit
straight through there.
But but you still got to go through the situation.
No doubt.
I think that I was like, you have to be able to be versatile. You have to be able to be this and that.
Yeah.
Both.
Not just that.
No doubt.
Because if you think you're just that, then you're lost. Let it go. Like, dude, listen, let it go. You got lost. We understand that.
Yeah.
But had he fought Errol Spence would have hurt him bad.
I believe it.
And really his trainers, he would have hurt him bad because of what the trainers were saying. Like they were talking so much trash. I mean, so he won't say anything, but he's like, I'm gonna get him. Just like
underneath.
And in his mind, he's like, I'm gonna get them.
Oh yeah. And but he said what he did say was, I'm gonna end his career.
Silent assassin.
That's how you got
to believe it.
Exactly.
I believe it. You know,
it's just like you on the field and the dude talking trash.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I mean, when I saw so you know, a lot of people are like, man, Earl might be going into retirement and all this and that and this and that, right? But from what I understand, technology is way more advanced these days. People doing LASIK surgeries like I don't know if it has anything to do with the same thing. But I'm saying I'm sure we're much more advanced in the way we can handle a torn retina, right? Or detached retina.
As long as this is the key element. He has to be able to follow protocol.
Recovery.
That's the key element.
Always.
I mean, it's all about you got to not do this and not do that.
Yeah.
And so if he follows his protocol, what they told him, he'll be okay.
Yeah. So can he still train just without taking impact type?
Well, not yet. But I think he has like 4.5 more weeks and he'll be able to.
Okay, got you. And I know he's just chomping at the bit to get up in there.
I know. I mean, but at the same time, this teaches you how to just sit still, you know what I'm saying?
Be still.
Because this you sitting still, I know it's hard. The sitting still process is what's going to make you great.
Yeah, it is.
On the back end. So you got to be able to do that, eat that, and listen, eat it. It is what it is.
Exactly.
And I think that's where you'll see him come back. Because think about this. He had that car accident. He came back from that. So if there's any way earthly that he can come back, he's going to be back.
My favorite underdog right here. You know what I'm saying? Frank, what's good? What you been up to, bro?
Just chilling, grinding. It's time to get back locked in.
Yeah.
You know, time to get back focused. You know, hopefully we get a date, you know, by the end of the year. Yeah. At least two to one date, you know.
Yeah.
So
see, my chill and your chill, 2 different things, bro.
I get real boring. When I get in grind mode, I get real boring.
Hey, that's how it's supposed to. That's that locked in focus, man. That's that next level focus right there that everybody don't have. You know what I'm saying? That discipline like you talked about in the video, bro. So, you know, we were talking about your Golden Gloves experience, man. Everybody should know this kind of stuff right here. So you just kind of jumped on the scene out of nowhere. What gave you the confidence to even do that in the first place? You thought you was ready? Somebody told you were ready or what?
I was just going.
I don't even know what's going on.
I was just going. You know, I was just fighting. I was training. I was just really. I ain't really even. I was just going off all natural abilities, just going. And
what got you in the first place?
Fighting?
Yeah.
I just always been a fighter.
Growing up? So you got in trouble? You got suspended and shit?
I got
from school?
Yeah. I just kind of tapped in. Once I started seeing Roy Jones, I thought I was Roy Jones. And then I tried to start fighting my mom. She wasn't going. She was not going. So once I turned 18, I just hopped in it.
How was your wrestling career?
I was good. That was my main sport.
Yeah.
I went to but I didn't take it serious. Like I was just naturally like good at wrestling. If I would have took wrestling serious like I take boxing, Sky would have been like
crazy.
It would have been crazy, you know.
So
boxing.
You just had a feel for wrestling. Just a feel.
Yeah. Wrestling was that was it.
Yeah. Is that where you learned the work ethic? wrestling? Because that's a different regimen.
No, I didn't.
Really?
I wrestled at 152.
Yeah.
So I only had to cut like 2 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, so I ain't understand weight cutting. I ain't understand none of that.
Yeah.
So cause really when you wrestling tall. You wrestling like, it's cool if I wrestle with tall dude because he got legs. I can shoot on him.
Yeah.
Takedowns easier.
Yeah.
Boxing, when you fight them tall fighters, they got the reach advantage.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I cut down, cut down the weight or whatever. So I had just kind of like started getting used to cutting weight and all of that. Like wrestling, I was strong, So I'm pinning everybody.
Quick.
I won a state Golden Gloves 4 years in a row, and then I won the national Golden Gloves. I won that 1 year.
Yeah.
So this is 16.
This is nothing new to you, right here.
Nah.
I'm talking about this winning. Just
nah.
That was your first year. First year.
No. The first year I placed in the semifinals.
Okay, placed in. Okay,
I placed third. The first year I placed third. Second year I won it.
That's when you won. Yep. Yeah. And then from there it was just bang.
Yeah.
Bang. Yeah.
You ever been knocked down before? Like I ain't seen it.
Nope.
Really? So it's all been off points, like your losses. And somebody
in the amateurs. Yeah. In the amateurs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You 14-0. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
This is an undefeated fighter right here. You know what I'm saying? For good reason. And if they talking points, dog, but you been knocking dudes out. Right? Your last fight, I saw you throw some combo. I was like, hold on, I had to rewind, bro. I was like,
wait, what?
How many punches did he just throw right there?
Hey, dude was tough though.
Yeah.
No. He was solid. He was tough.
Yeah. Like they say he's never been knocked down before.
You see, I wanted to be the first one to get him up out of there. I wanted to get him up out of there.
Hey, and it was a couple times. And you might not even want to respond to what I'm about to say, but everybody, just like, we all know Spence gave Mayweather a black eye in sparring. You know what I'm saying? Spence don't talk about it. It's like cold or something, right?
Yeah.
Like you've had some sparring matches with one of the tops right now, right? Mr. Giovanni. I always call him Giovanni. Javante.
Yeah.
Right? Mr. Javante.
Yeah.
Y'all went in, right? And I heard it went pretty well. It was a pretty solid sparring match.
It was solid for sure.
Is that the only time that you've ever sparred with him?
Yep, that was the only time.
Yeah, he didn't want you to come back?
They ain't say nothing else.
I think that's
your phone ain't ring. Your phone ain't ring no more.
They ain't say nothing else.
I think that's it.
They got their system. Everybody got their system on how they move. How they want to move their fighters or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think that'd be a fight that's like more down the line. When the money is bigger. On a bigger level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you
Makes sense.
Go. With all of them, bro.
Oh yeah.
Quite honestly.
Oh yeah. For sure.
So what does that path look like for you? I mean, 14-0 is a dang good record. At what point do you feel that you'll have that opportunity?
I feel like I'm gonna have an opportunity before. I might get an opportunity next year.
Yeah.
To fight one of these names everybody been talking about.
Yeah.
Next year I could get one of these names. So
nice.
Yeah.
I just gotta stay on that grind.
Yeah.
Right. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right. So like. I always looked at Errol too, just studying him and stuff. That southpaw, I do a lot of studying. So I always study E, and I always was like, me and my dad always was like, hey, if we could train with them, you would get all the way right. That's what my pops used to tell me. You train with them, you would get all the way right. My cousin Jalen Smith or whatever, I came out here for the first time I came out here to Dallas. I was telling him like, man, I want to go check out,
Earl and
Derrick. I want to go check. I want to go check them out or whatever. That first time I came though, I had got sent to a gym called Maple, and I had met Derrick's brother, Maurice.
Yeah.
Maurice we met. Yeah, I had met Maurice or whatever. I hadn't met Derrick yet.
Gotcha.
Or E. Once I met them at the Ocampo fight.
Yeah.
When Errol fought Ocampo. The next time I came to Dallas, I sat down with him.
Yeah.
And had lunch with him. Me and Jalen did or whatever.
Yeah.
And we just been going since.
Yeah.
We sat down and we've been going since. But it was crazy though how everything lined up. Because me and my pops had always talked like, man, if you was able to go over there and train with them, that'd be good.
So what did you see in his ability or what his technique, I guess, that made y'all say that or think that?
Cause Derrick, he like as far as training, he like a teacher. He ain't like he's a teacher. It's different. Like somebody could tell you to do something, but they can't show you. Or,
explain to you why.
So it's just like it's cool for somebody to tell you. Anybody like an untrained eye could tell you like, oh, you should throw this and this and that. You know what I mean? But can't tell you why.
Yeah, I can do that.
He can tell you why.
Right.
Everything he tell you to do, he able to tell you why to do it. You know when to do it.
Yeah.
What could come with doing it. You know, so it's like it make everything easy. It seems like it slow everything down.
Man, that's incredible for a fighter too, bro.
Yeah,
Like
that's
crazy.
That's like a superpower in your back pocket, dog.
real.
Like being able to see things slow motion.
Yeah.
You know that, boy? You think you could have got some yards against Alabama?
Yeah.
Like what running back today that play who your style would be similar to?
Kamara?
Kamara.
Yeah. I see you got hands.
Okay.
Kamara.
And you
So
running
you
that
were
thing.
strong, like similar to what you were saying with wrestling, like being just strong.
Yeah.
Because that's how Kamara just,
Yeah.
bro. You hit and it's just like
Balance just
crazy, just
Bouncing
like
off.
I'm bouncing.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta see it, bro. I gotta see it. Hey,
Yeah.
evidently Frank say he got something in there, man. Hey, them Cowboys might be coming at you. You know what I'm saying? They see your cousin, dog. They're like, hey, man,
They
tell
might be
Frank,
coming.
let's see him. Let's get him on Hard Knocks next year, dog.